It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, welcome in here on this Friday morning as we close out the week. Lloyd, still very injured. They were actually very concerned for your well-being yesterday, as was I.
That's warranted.
And those people that I know that had seen the show had reached out and asked about you.
Thank you. I appreciate the concern.
Paulie Z in the Discord, is Lloyd okay? And then what else do we have? Hunter Hall said, did Lloyd have a heart attack?
No, it did spread to my chest, though, and I thought about Wyatt.
Nice.
Because
he went to the hospital.
He would go to the hospital, and then I just Googled it. Also...
You have an injury and it compressed a nerve or something.
You got like a pinched nerve or
something.
muscle or something.
It's something. It still hurts. This chair is not helping. But it's funny that just speaking out loud, saying rhomboid, my Instagram algorithm was all stretches from the rhomboid. But
Good.
no, I don't like that.
You need that though.
Yeah, it was helpful this time.
Phone just want to help.
Yes.
Phone just listen to help.
Thank you, Vladimir.
Yeah.
That's scary.
He's in there listening, ready to help you.
Phone love
Tingle and Co,
you.
Tingle and Co, Tingle and Co, Tingle and Co.
Get everybody's phone locked into the algorithm there. But appreciate everybody getting in this morning, and obviously appreciate everybody checking on Lloyd yesterday.
Yes, absolutely.
Worried about his well-being, because we all were. We were all worried about his well-being.
I just took a bunch of pain pills and drank a lot of whiskey. And
We're planning on putting together a GoFundMe to support a hospital trip for Lloyd.
No, it's gonna be
to just get a full top to bottom.
No.
Just what's wrong with him?
It's gonna
Why is he injured? Why is he throwing up? Why are his ears
Why are
bleeding?
your ears bleeding? That's the big one.
We need to get some of these things figured out.
Time heals all. You just wait it out, and you'll be fine. Let's do a GoFundMe instead.
Literally
GoFundMe,
incorrect.
Yes.
Which is
Just a great trip. Vegas, baby. Vegas.
No, I mean we have a couple of trips
Like a
on the
Make-A-Wish kit?
docket. Which
And make a
came-
whiskey.
The
Make a whiskey.
speaking
Where's
of
Tom
road-
Rinaldi when you need him?
Speaking of road trips, we have a couple on the schedule for next year. We plan on hitting the road September 19th and November 21st.
As a schedule.
As LSU's 2026 schedule came out yesterday, we are going to dive into that this morning We will have an early interview as Schwartz will make it up to us this morning. He will join us at 7:30 this morning. LSU women's basketball coach, assistant basketball coach Joe Schwarz will join us via Zoom at 7:30 this morning to talk about the LSU Tigers women's basketball team. As they sit at 10-0 with a matchup against Louisiana Tech on the slate tomorrow in the evening time.
Do they all do the braids?
The Mulkey braids?
Mm-hmm.
Who wore Flaugier had the Mulkey braids against
and so
Duke?
did Full Wiley.
And Full Wiley's had the braids.
I think it's a cool little thing.
Yeah, I mean it's trademark for Mulkey.
It is.
He's got the Mulkey braids. Maybe, as obviously Louisiana Tech is Kim Mulkey's alma mater. That is where she played and won a national championship when she was in college. So they will match up with the Texters.
The Lady Texters.
The Lady Texters. Tomorrow in the Smoothie King Center.
What's the name of the Michigan coach?
Sharon Moore.
He loves a Lady Texter.
I tell you what, you know how many people came up to me yesterday or texted me or reached out. I picked my dad up from the airport last night. First thing he says, "How about Sharon Moore?"
I mean,
I was like, I don't know what else to tell you. There's only so much you can say about it. But like I said, Joe Schwartz will join us in a little under 20 minutes to talk LSU.
Mugshot wasn't as bad as I thought.
No, it wasn't a bad mugshot. It wasn't a bad mug. I've seen much worse. There have been much worse mugshots.
I wonder what he smelled like. Probably like whiskey.
Gun oil.
I mean,
Gun oil, yeah.
It's probably been
residue, GSR.
A long couple of days.
I mean, he just needed to calm down.
Some people panic.
Yep. Sometimes you take a deep breath.
Yeah. You just got to realize where you are in the situation. Be like,
be where your feet are.
Yep. 10 toes down. All right, whatever.
It's
just easy. It's just easy to move on. You didn't have to get arrested. You didn't do anything illegal.
No, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you just kept digging.
Then you started to do illegal things.
Right,
but you just would have been fired, and that'd have been that. And then you'd be on David Letterman or whatever. Be like, let me tell my side.
But to look at this,
not a show anymore though, David Letterman.
To look at this schedule,
well, he would know
a little bit before.
He did the same thing.
Letterman?
Yeah. He got a staffer pregnant. You don't remember that?
Yeah, he did. You're right.
I don't remember that at all.
A little different, though. I wouldn't call it the same thing.
Well, they had to have a conversation.
But to dive into the schedule a little bit before we get in the full discussion after Schwartz joins us, just to run through it. If you have not seen it yet, LSU's football schedule. We already knew who they were going to play. Now you know when they're going to play them. They open the season on September 5th against Clemson. And then they'll play Louisiana Tech in game 2. So an identical first two games of this past season. Clemson to Tech next year, September 5th, September 12th. And then you have your SEC opener on the road, September 19th at Ole Miss in Oxford, which, just go ahead and book it now. College game day will be in Oxford on September 19th.
They're
for LSU at Ole Miss.
They're both 0-2.
It's the only place.
Yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't matter.
Regardless. Like, that's what I'm saying. Book it now, regardless of who else plays week 3 or what's going on. That game is going to be unbelievable. It's the SEC opener, right, between LSU and Ole Miss, the third game of the season, after LSU plays Clemson and Louisiana Tech, and Ole Miss plays, let's see, what was it? Their schedule, they play Louisville, I believe, to open the season, and then they have Charlotte in week 2. So similar, both LSU and Ole Miss start with an ACC opponent in week 1, and then have a smaller opponent week 2 to get ready for that SEC opener week 3. The expectation is both of those teams sitting at 2-0 with a lot of eyes on that football game. LSU at Ole Miss. It's going to be exciting. Then LSU will travel back to Baton Rouge and face Texas A&M. So that's quite the first 4 games. Clemson, Tech, Ole Miss, Texas A&M in the first 4 weeks. And then you have McNeese at home. You go on the road to Kentucky. Then you are back at home versus Mississippi State, on the road to Auburn, back at home for Alabama and Texas in back-to-back weeks. And then you go back-to-back road games at Tennessee, at Arkansas. So that is the LSU 2026 schedule. It is a brutal one. When you have a schedule that has Clemson, Ole Miss, A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Texas, Tennessee. It's not an easy schedule, but you are in the SEC, so what do you expect? You're going to play an SEC schedule now with 9 games.
And one bye?
And from what I'm seeing, just schedule-wise, right now what I'm looking at the image that LSU football put out. So they play on the 5th, 12th, 19th, 26th. That's all 4 Saturdays in September. Then they play on the 3rd, and so then it's no bye between A&M to McNeese. So then the 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, those are all 7 days lined up. Then you have a bye on Halloween.
You're going to die in some days.
And then you play all 4 Saturdays in November, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. So it looks to me, from what I'm seeing right here, one bye week. There's an open date between Auburn and Alabama. Your classic bye week before the Alabama game is all that I'm currently seeing.
They might change
They
that.
might have put something out saying there was only going to be one bye week.
I haven't seen it.
But I hadn't seen it. I haven't heard it. This is the first I've noticed. I was looking through the schedule and I was like, wait, time out.
Schedule.
I only see one bye week.
We're going to play more SEC games and give you less rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so
CTE.
that's the only bye week I'm seeing.
So yeah.
Remember when that was
the
a
only time
conversation?
You get a break is if you get one of the top 4 seeds in the playoff.
Right. But if you want one of those, you have to play a conference championship game.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's when the bye's going to be.
So fuck you again.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's get ready to have a brutal long schedule. Sabrion, got to think, though, Noah, a lot of teams are going in with new QBs and head coaches. No, of course. It's still a grueling SEC schedule. And you also will be going into it with a new head coach and a new quarterback, most likely. So what is one thing about this schedule that stands out to the both of you outside of the lone bye week before Alabama?
Texas at home.
Texas at home.
I think that's metal as hell.
First time since 1953
Yeah.
that LSU and Texas will face off in Tiger Stadium.
But it stands out to me.
What is that?
I like how they did the white for the home games.
Okay.
Because you're going to wear white at home. Remember they made the announcement about the jerseys. So I think we're getting back to that. Other than that, you'd be a fool not to say Ole Miss, but I am very excited that Dabo remains Clemson's head coach, as far as I know, and they get to come get them cheeks clapped in Death Valley.
They were so nice, though.
They were very nice.
I really kind of have a soft spot for the town and people of Clemson after our
Yeah, it
trip
felt
there.
like Smallville.
They were kind of lovely.
It was a nice town.
Like, it really...
And they tried to be
They couldn't even figure it
rude.
out.
But you can tell they
before
didn't
the
mean
game.
it. Like, they didn't want to.
No.
Oh, you guys stink.
They're
Have
like,
deodorant.
we're better at football!
That was just...
And they're like, I hope y'all have a nice time.
Yeah, well, if they ever said anything, like if they tried to talk shit, it became very like, this is how you do it. They're like, oh, never mind.
And they're like, oh, I don't like that.
God.
That's ugly.
Like, yeah, this is. How did you know that about me?
Well, it's not fun. It just hurt my feelings.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all have a nice time.
Yeah.
Do you want our table?
They
You can
were
have
so
it.
lovely. The whole
They
city
were.
was
yeah,
so
you can have the
lovely.
table. No, they weren't rude whatsoever, even when they tried.
So, yeah, I want to clap their cheeks, but
Yeah, I mean,
at the same time,
you'll have Dabo
look forward
on
to treating them with respect.
the opposing sideline in Death Valley.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
Dabo's on TikTok.
Dabo's on the clock.
And then also, I mean, there could still be coaching shakeup on this schedule. Kalen DeBoer at Alabama.
That also stands out very much so.
And you've
And
also
then-
heard the murmurs around Sarkisian at Texas.
Yes.
Are we on the same wavelength right now?
Right now, we're
Yeah,
mind
that's
melding.
good.
He
That's
said it
good.
yesterday. He's doing this.
good.
He's doing this thing. He's in pain, and he's like laying in his bed, and sometimes he'll just start to yell things. And I'm supposed to
course.
pay attention. And he goes, The boy Michigan Sarkeesian leaves Texas
To Alabama.
to Alabama. I was like,
What
what?
are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I'm just
we're
seeing.
not even having a
I'm
conversation,
Seeing
dog.
things. I'm seeing things.
having takes.
He's just like, he had a vision.
But yet, no, there still could be coaching shakeup on this schedule, and we'll see how it kind of rolls out. But it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be it's quite the opening slate for Lane Kiffin at LSU. When you talk about maybe the best home slate I can remember for LSU football potentially, where you play Clemson at home, you play A&M at home, you play Alabama at home, you play like those 4 games, Clemson, A&M, Alabama, Texas, all being in Death Valley.
Ole Miss at home too, right?
No,
No,
at
we go.
Oxford.
Yeah,
To
well,
Oxford,
it
which is
will
what
be
we
a
want.
de
I got
facto.
that backwards. Okay.
It'll be a de facto home game.
Yeah, we want to go to Oxford,
Yeah.
and we will go to Oxford. But I mean, you'll have Clemson in a night game, you'll have A&M in a night game, and then
That's
obviously
the other
Alabama's
one.
always a night game.
Lick back.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, coming back to Death Valley, got to make that happen. Make it actually be Death Valley for 4.
Because they're expecting to do the same thing.
Of course, they think Marcel Reed owns LSU.
And he's coming back.
He will be. One thing that caught my eye, that final game of the season, back where it belongs.
Yeah.
Arkansas
like
on
that.
Thanksgiving week it's how it should be.
Agreed.
I said the same thing on the car
It's
ride
how
over.
it should be. I have memories as a child of sitting down, eating my Thanksgiving meal, and then watching the Arkansas LSU football game at my grandparents.
Yeah,
It's just the way it always was.
we used to roast a pig every Thanksgiving.
Y'all did. Those pig roasts were epic. Those were
Yes,
great.
thank
I
you.
mean, it's that's how it should
It was
be.
like a 2-day pig process.
And so it's a few things they got right. It's going to be a grueling schedule, but I'm excited for it.
It's gonna be fun.
From just looking at it when it came out yesterday, getting the notifications, this is an exciting schedule.
And
Right.
I think it's kind of cool because like the expectations of the world aren't really on our shoulders, you know, because this is the first year, so we can go in and just kind of everyone can just play and we just kind of
That-
see what happens, and you know, so it's like let's just have fun. It's a great schedule.
I wish.
I was
it was.
about to say that is not the case. LSU was going to be.
Let me just be positive right
No,
now.
no, I agree.
Before
I would
there's like
love-
literally 5 months of agony and terror.
And that's
can
I like that point because when we wrap up with Schwartz after his interview, that's the point I want to talk about because I do think there are a lot of people that feel similarly to you, and I'm trying to get to that mindset.
It's a Zen headspace.
I like
I'm
it,
in.
but I
And
just,
it won't stay that way.
Yeah.
I won't feel this way once we get within a month of the season.
right. Of course.
But for right now, it's just
For right
sort of
now
like,
in December,
sick
yeah.
schedule.
Holiday spirit.
A lot of fun stuff happening.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
football.
No. We'll definitely get into that
This last season didn't
conversation after we finish with our interview with LSU women's assistant basketball coach Joe Schwarz, who is going to talk about the Tigers, who are sitting at 10-0 this season with a big win over Duke. Since the last time we spoke to Coach, we spoke to him when he was in South Carolina North Carolina.
North
ahead of that
Carolina.
game.
Tobacco
Sorry, I
Red.
was looking at. I still had South Carolina schedule pulled up on my phone. When he was in North Carolina, getting ready to play a round of golf, where he scored. He shot the same that Duke scored in that match. We'll have to make sure to remember to say that when he gets in here. He also has a tee time today, which is why he's coming at 7:30 because he's got to go get. It's his zen. You know what I mean? It's making sure he's ready for the game. We'll just do another wager. See if he scores higher than LA Tech scores tomorrow.
on the front.
Fair enough. But LSU women's basketball, obviously, like we said, they beat Duke 93-77 since the last time we spoke. And
What did he
then
shoot?
they
76.
Played. He shot 77. Literally
Right
the
on
exact
it.
Same.
Yeah. Wow.
And then they also beat UNO 126-62 their last time out, led by Kate Koval, who had 22 points on 9 of 9 shooting. Malaysia Fulwiley, 18 points, 8 assists. You also had a double-double from Amaya Joyner. Jada Richard had 12 points, 8 assists. So you saw them moving the basketball well. Excited to see what they can do. As they close out this month of December, they will play Louisiana Tech tomorrow, 5 p.m. in the Smoothie King Center. and then they will be back in the PMAC for 3 straight matchups to close out the month of December. They have the field trip game 11 a.m. on the 16th against Morgan State.
6-7.
So just be prepared for the 6-7. When they score 67 points, that place is going to go unbelievable. And they have UT Arlington and Alabama State to close it out before they get into, like we said, a grueling schedule for LSU football. The LSU women's basketball conference schedule is not much different. That SEC is the real deal. So we are about to get into this interview with our guy, Coach Joe Schwartz for LSU women's basketball, to get ready for tomorrow's matchup with Louisiana Tech. Coach, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, y'all. How's everything going? Sorry, sound said it wasn't on, but here we go.
I got you.
Looks like we're good.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, no, we're good.
Good.
We appreciate
We're not that
you,
old yet. We're
appreciate
getting
you making
it,
some time for us.
No problem. No problem. Sorry about yesterday. It's been a wild couple of weeks, but here we are. We're here.
No, you're all good. We appreciate you making it happen today. We did, before we get into the actual discussion, want to talk about the fact that you absolutely nailed your score for the Duke matchup last week. We put the little wager on if you would shoot higher than they scored. I'm pretty sure you shot a 77 and they scored 77, which is pretty impressive.
That is exactly right. And I don't know if I need to get better at golf or if our defense needs to get better, but we need to get that number down a little bit on both sides, 1 on the golf course and 2 on the basketball court, because our defense right now is it's hard to find weak spots right now. And I know our schedule hasn't been that tough. Everyone knows that. We've played some pretty bad opponents, or lesser opponents, if you will. But our defensive numbers are not where they need to be. We're not content with them. We know what lies ahead. We know you can't win a championship in November or December, but when that calendar turns, literally day 1 of 2026, we hit the ground running. And you kind of started to hear that chatter yesterday in the locker room after couple days off, and then you roll into practice yesterday. The girls have finals, and they're ready to play people. But I don't think they realize, especially the newcomers, how difficult the SEC is. And you saw that with the schedule release last night with football. You're seeing it in basketball. I think on the men's side last year, you had 3 SEC teams in the Final Four. On our side, you had South Carolina and Texas, and we were right there at the Elite Eight. So it's the conference you want to be in. It's the conference that champions come out of, and we're excited for it, but we know we've got a couple more to take care of one before the holidays, and then I think we've got one after Christmas once we get back, and then we jump right into it.
And I want to go back to the Duke matchup, because one thing that I really liked about that game was when people had asked me about y'all's team and kind of the schedule y'all play, and they were like, what are maybe some of the concerns that you don't really get to see when you play, some of the competition y'all play. I was like, I really want to see them battle through adversity. And I thought there have been games we've done that, but Duke was a really good example of not only looking good, being able to score and defend, but when you go down, was it 14-1, 17-3, being able to battle through the adversity in a raucous environment and play the way they did. Gave me a lot more confidence moving forward than what I already had watching that team. What are some of the things that y'all took away from that win that gave you more confidence moving forward?
Well, I think just off the top of my head, and you nailed it, we talked about it on the show. We talked about how we were going to win that game. And first was going to be transition defense. Well, the first probably 6.5 minutes, we didn't play much defense at all. We weren't playing in a stance. We weren't defending the paint. We weren't pushing the ball in transition. And when we were turning the ball over. And it wasn't because of what Duke was doing to us. We didn't have spacing on offense. We weren't executing. We were getting out rebounded. And then the most important bullet point that we talked about on the show and that we talked about with our team was you've got to handle and embrace hard. And you've got to, when adversity hits, you've got to be able to be composed, stay together, and respond. And You take away that first 6.5 minutes of the game, we outscored them 90-60 after that. We out-rebounded them. I don't know what the exact number was, but I think we as a staff, when Coach finally called that first time out, when we were down, it was like, okay, all right, now we set in, we dig our feet in, and let's go to war. But I'm proud of how we responded because I didn't want to lose at Duke. I don't think anyone on our team or staff wanted to lose. But two, we've kind of been waiting to get punched in the mouth. And we've talked our talk. We're trying to walk the walk right now. But I was really excited to see, especially in that second quarter, because that was when we really started to climb out of that run, or out of that hole, and then into the third and fourth quarters when we really got after it. But it's not going to be easy in the SEC. And Duke's picked to win their conference. I know their record doesn't show it. I think they're 4-6 right now. Like, Duke is not a bad basketball team. They've got athletes. They've got a lot of talent. They're well coached, and they were desperate for a win. And they shot lights out, you can say, the first couple minutes of the game. Well, we weren't playing any defense. You go back and watch the film, and it's like straight line drives to the basket, kick out for threes, not getting the hand up for, you can say, that's a post player that shoots threes. Well, we knew that in the scouting report. So I think that was a wake-up call for our team. And like, oh, hey, maybe the coaches who are doing the scouting reports know a little bit more than we think they know. Maybe that post can actually shoot. So I think that was good for us going into a hostile environment. And I say hostile, it was a good crowd, but I'd say 70% of it was LSU, or at least it sounded like it.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I say different things every week, it seems like, about this fan base. And it's like something new pops up. Yeah. I'd never seen that at a road game. In conference, we've seen fans be loud for us, but they may not all have on purple and gold because, like, say we go to Georgia. Flage, we know, has a big following in Atlanta. We went up to Chicago last year. Anissa had a huge following. Baltimore, same way with Angel. But, like, I've never seen it like that and that loud. And Duke's a small place, small gym. But my goodness, that was fun to be a part of. And finally, in that third quarter, when we really started to separate and those LSU chants started taking over that whole arena, that was a sight to see and something very special to be a part of. But it's like the girls said in the locker room after the game, like, this isn't our national championship. This isn't our SEC championship. This isn't SEC basketball. We've got a lot bigger goals and aspirations coming up. And I'm really excited for what's to come. But seeing the resilience the other night at Duke was fun. And it shows you how good we can be. But I think the key is 40 minutes. We can't afford to go get down double figures on the road at schools in the SEC. Right. It's going to be very, very tough because it's the SEC. And Duke's good, but I think we're going to be playing some better competition here. I think we looked yesterday, 4 of our first 5 SEC games are against top 20 teams.
Yeah, no, it's going to be brutal. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Well, when you schedule the way that you do, obviously Kim Mulkey is very bullish on doing it this way. Do you think that there's, like, obviously that it sets you up for, I guess, some sort of a pitfall whenever you don't know how good you are? We were talking about Notre Dame's schedule for college football next year where they don't play anybody. And it's like, well, how do you know what you actually are? You can be, you can have all of these metrics that you laid out where it's you're number 1, number 3, number 7, number 2, number 1, number 6, number 16. And it's like, all right, that's good. Obviously, you want to be number 1 in everything. But how do you know, like, what's the measuring stick? Like, Duke is a good litmus test, but after that, it's really only one that you've had.
Well, I think it's just difficult now. You're going to start to see it more in football where these schools are canceling games because it's not helping them in the long run.
So it's strategy, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is with the transfer portal now, it's so difficult. I mean, people want to go back and talk about our Southeastern game. Oh, why'd they play Southeastern, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyone who knows anything about basketball, Southeastern won their league last year. I think they had 19 wins, and they made the NCAA tournament. Well, when we scheduled that game for this year, we didn't know their head coach was leaving. We didn't know she was going to take their whole team. So it's hard. And then you flip it on us. We don't know what we're going to have next year. We like to have an idea of it, but it's inevitable. You're going to lose kids each year, whether it's to graduation, whether it's to the transfer portal. You're going to bring new kids in. That's just how it is now. That's the new era of college athletics. And you've got to adapt to it. And so you can adapt in one of two ways. You can say, you know what, we're just going to schedule extremely hard teams. And you look, there's some schools that are doing that. And you tip your cap to them. But there's other schools that are like, all right, let's kind of tone it back a little bit. Let's focus on us. Let's give ourselves a little bit more time to gel as a team. One of our big things is coach likes to let our kids play international basketball over the summer. We've got 4 or 5 kids that are playing either with Team USA. Kate was with Ukraine. We've had kids in the past play for Team Canada, Puerto Rico. She is a big advocate for playing for your country or playing international basketball over the summer. And she don't want to be there all summer with the girls. She's around, don't get me wrong, but when you hear the same voice from the middle of August to hopefully the first week of April, you get tired of it. And we love our kids, we love our players, but it's like we don't want to see them every day. They don't want to see us every day. So being able to find that balance is important. And one of the ways you find that balance is, all right, maybe let's tone our schedule down a little bit, or our strength of schedule, so to speak, and give them some free time in the summer. Let them spend time with their families, because there's so much time when we start school, call it right after Labor Day is when we really get rolling, up until the season starts, that we're just focusing on us. And it's not just on the basketball court. It's in the film room. It's players coming into the office and going over plays. It's our players doing stuff off the court with each other to build chemistry. And it's hard to do a lot of that when you throw them to the Wolves early in the season and have them playing top 5 teams. Now, will we get to a point where we're going to be playing some really good competition? Of course. That happens in SEC play. There's a reason that we don't kill ourselves early in the season playing top 5, top 10 teams.
You know what's on the other side of that hill.
Exactly. And you've got to build yourself up enough in the non-conference to build that confidence for some of your younger players or your newcomers, to build that chemistry. Because when you get to SEC play, if you haven't built that, you're in trouble. And there's really no way to stop the bleeding if you haven't built that chemistry and built that cohesion. Because once you get to SEC play, it is January, February. It's basically 2 months of just a gauntlet. And you can look at the standings in the SEC right now. I mean, it's insane what our conference is doing, but it's year in and year out. You see that.
Yeah, no, I mean, year in, year out, it is it's the best conference in the sport. One more thing on that Duke game that I wanted to talk about was Michaela Williams specifically. She had 7 assists in that game. And I think people, obviously, they talk about her scoring ability pretty often. And one thing that goes, kind of under the radar is her ability to make plays for others. And I think you saw that on full display versus Duke. Talk about kind of her growth in that area of her game and kind of what that means for y'all moving forward.
Well, I think Michaela right now, she's playing at an extremely high level, and that's exciting to see. I think she has matured a lot this offseason. I think she understands what her role is, and she's passing the ball extremely well right now. Don't get me wrong on that. I think she's had multiple games with 7 assists, multiple games with 5 assists. She wants to get her teammates involved. We've talked as a team, as a staff. We've got plenty of kids on our team who have gotten any individual accolade you could imagine. SEC Player of the Year with Anissa last year. First team with Flage and Michaela. Michaela was Freshman of the Year. Flage Freshman of the Year. Like, the individual stuff doesn't matter anymore. And the quicker that we've made our players realize that, the better off we were going to be long term. So I think Michaela's ability to see the floor and let the game come to her is incredible. She is playing, like I said, at such a high level right now. She's making passes that I'm not really sure how some of our players are catching. And I think that's a testament to her work this offseason. I think it's a testament to the post players that we brought in and the guards that are on the perimeter with her. It's like, you better keep up with Michaela, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. And if you're not ready, you may have a broken nose. And I mean, there's some passes that she makes, and it's like one dribble and she's whipping it across the court like a softball. There's some juice on those passes, and if you're not ready, it may not feel good. But I think we're trying to find that balance right now with her of, hey, we don't want you to be necessarily a pass first guard. Like, you're still here to score and to get buckets. And I think with the 7 assists you saw at Duke, she still had 14 points, right, and 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. She is letting the game come to her, and there was a stretch, I think it was 3 or 4 possessions in a row, where she wanted the ball on the block or push off the block in the short corner, and she didn't want anyone around her. Right. She didn't want a ball screen. She wanted ISO Michaela Williams basketball, and part of that was a great matchup, but I think the other part of it was like, hey, I'm still Michaela Williams. Right. I still can get on an island and get to my spot and score whenever I want to score. And I thought that was just as impressive as her assist, because she knows when to turn it on and off. I still think her best basketball is ahead of her. I still think that she has a lot to prove. I just don't think those 2 Elite Eights back-to-back sat well with her this offseason, and have really been in the back of her mind every day in practice, every day in the weight room. I mean, you look at the transformation of Michaela Williams' body, the amount of work that she's put in outside of basketball, like on the court or off the court. Sorry. I mean, it's a sight to see, and credit to her trainers, to our strength coach. That kid received a lot of heat the past couple of years, being compared to Juju, being compared to other players around the country. But it's like, y'all don't forget, Michaela Williams can ball, and we see it here, but I don't think she's been respected enough on a national level.
Not at all.
I completely agree. And it felt like the team kind of took her lead from the Duke game to the UNO game, as y'all had 34 assists total against UNO in that last matchup. It's pretty hard to beat a team that's moving the ball at that level, right?
Yeah, and we talked about that as a team. Our school record was 38, and you just go down the list. Malaysia had 8, Bella had 3, Divine had 2, I think Michaela had 4, Jada had 8, Flage had 3. But the more impressive statistic there, well, there's really 2. 34 assists on 50 made field goals. And we talked about this as a staff. That's unheard of. That's 68% of your shots are assisted. And then even more importantly, and I know it was UNO, but we only had 13 turnovers. And when you're taking care of the basketball and assisting at that rate, it's very hard to beat when, well, like no one can handle that. Like, it's, you don't know who's going to score. But one of the things we also talked about is we want to be careful not being too unselfish. We shared the ball a lot. We shared it well, but we also passed up a couple great shots and settled for some good shots after that. It's like, hey, if you're open, shoot the first one. You're not going to have the opportunity against every team to make an extra pass. So some of those 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s that we had, let's lay it up after the first one. And then the other thing is, we had 34 assists, but there were a lot of other ones, and you can ask Jada and Malaysia about these. It's like both of them would have had double-doubles if we would have finished on a couple. We missed some easy shots that we normally make on those, some that could have been assisted. So, yeah, we had 34 assists. We didn't shoot it great from the perimeter. Part of that may have been different arena, whatever, but we still shot 60%. I think we're leading the nation in field goal percentage still. So you can talk about who we're playing and whatever, but you still got to put the basketball on the hoop. And we're doing a really, really good job of that right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, that translates. If you make shots, you're going to make shots. But y'all have a matchup tomorrow against Louisiana Tech in the Smoothie King Center. What is it like for the team to be able to go, and it's obviously a bit of a road trip, you're traveling down to New Orleans, but to get to play in an arena like that, it's lined up, it's on state championship weekend with high school football. The men's team plays right after. The city's going to be bumping. What are the expectations tomorrow?
Well, I think now it's kind of funny. We've spent the majority of this fall, it seems like, in New Orleans. This is our third trip down there. Great turnout. We know we have a lot of fans in the New Orleans area.
They got to use the arena for something. Nobody's going to the Pelicans game.
Yeah, that is tough to watch, but it's gonna be a fun one. I know St. Aug and Edna Carr play, I think, at 3:00 on Saturday, and we're right after that across the street. And it's a good opportunity for our girls. I think being able to play in an NBA arena is awesome. And you look, Final Fours are being played in NBA arenas. Elite Eights are being played in NBA arenas. So I think being able to play in a different atmosphere, especially this close to home, is really special. But I'm going to pivot a little bit about that game. We've talked a lot as a team and as a staff this week about the importance of this game. And not because of it being in an NBA arena, not because of it being in New Orleans, but I think more so the opponent. I don't think people in this state, especially our generation, understand the history with Louisiana Tech. Luckily, I do, because I grew up.
You don't have a choice.
But we went into depth about how important this matchup is to Coach and what it means to her. There's a reason that Coach hasn't gone back to Louisiana Tech to play. We will not go up to Ruston and play. She says it's too emotional for her, and I completely get it. We played a video the other day in the film room, and she was basically the main character in it. And it was highlights from all those great Louisiana Tech teams. And we went even deeper than that. Coach Starkey kind of did a little history report for the girls. He was around in that era of women's basketball when the Lady Techsters dominated. I think they've won 20 conference championships. They went to 25 straight NCAA tournaments. They've been to 13 Final Fours. They've won 3 national championships. 6 Lady Techsters in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, 3 in the Naismith. They had a ton of All-Americans come out of those years. And then more importantly, they're the 7th winningest program in women's basketball history. LSU's like 20th. So LSU wasn't really a name, so to speak, until Simone Augustus got here. The early 90s were great for LSU, but until Simone got here, LSU women's basketball wasn't on the map. It was all Louisiana Tech. So Coach Mulkey has expressed her love for that school. She spent 19 years of her life up in North Louisiana as a player, assistant coach. And then she went to Baylor, and now she's here. But she said, she goes, I still love Louisiana Tech, but I fully expect you as a team to go out there and to dominate this game. It's not about Coach Mulkey. It's not about who used to play there. It's about the team that we're playing now. And she let it be known, Louisiana Tech fans do not like LSU. So I'm not thinking it's going to be a hostile environment, but this will be probably our biggest test besides Duke this non-conference. La Tech's picked to win their league. So I think having a level of understanding of the people who came before you in this game is very important, especially for young women who are trying to be the next whatever it is, trailblazers, so to speak. They are changing the game of women's basketball. I think it's still cool that every day when I walk into that office and look, we have the championship bracket from 2023, the fact that we played in probably the most important game in women's basketball history. I think the game against Iowa changed the game of women's basketball forever. But you've got to rewind back to the days that Kim Mulkey was at Louisiana Tech and the early 2000s when Simone Augustus was at LSU. Those people paved the way and walked so our girls could run, so to speak.
Yeah, and on the court tomorrow, what are some of the things that y'all are circling or looking for in the matchup against Louisiana Tech?
The first one is make sure the game means more to LSU than it does to Louisiana Tech. We know it's it's going to be a good crowd. This game's been circled for a while, but it's important to Louisiana Tech. And we can't be looking forward to Christmas break. We've got 2 games left before the break, so it's got to mean a lot to us. And we've got to let them know, like, hey, we still are LSU. I think outside of the Duke game, we've jumped out to really good starts. I think that's going to be very important, is foot on the gas from the tip. And I don't want to say put it away early, but throw the first punches. Make them call a timeout before that first media timeout. Keep them out of the paint. I think that's been a big thing for us. It was a very crazy stat. Teams that we're playing against, and I'm not going to get into all the technical terms, but teams that we're playing against, almost 47 or 48% of their shots are coming from 3. So it's like they're jacking up shots left and right from the outside, which means we're doing a decent job of keeping them out of the paint. It could be better. We've watched it on film, so that stat could be a little deceiving because they've missed some shots. But the fact that almost 50% of our opponent's shots are coming from 3 is a testament to us keeping them out of the paint, because they know when they get in there, it's going to be hard to score. And then I think we gotta stay with our identity. We gotta push the ball in transition. We've got to execute on the offensive end. And you talk about executing, that's not running plays. That's being elite cutters, passing the ball, taking care of the ball, sharing the ball, and good shots, and setting good screens, and breaking it down into a possession game. Because when we get into the SEC, it's play by play, quarter by quarter, half by half, and then put all that together for 40 minutes, and you're gonna have a good chance to win. And then we gotta stick to what we do best, and that's rebounding. We have not been great on the defensive end rebounding. We're giving up too many offensive rebounds a game, but I think all in all, we want to dominate the glass. Our rebound margin's been pretty solid. We're number 1 in the country in offensive rebounding. I think 21 a game. So we just have to stay with who we are, and play hard. That's the biggest thing, is whatever 5 are on the court, they just give it your all. We've got subs, we've got depth this year. So I think making sure this game matters and means something to us, I think we're going to be just fine.
Schwartzy, obviously this is now going to become a running theme with your golf game. Apparently you get away with it with, you're changing the narrative around golf and competition in the same day. I think it's worked for you. So after you hit it right on the number with Duke, what should we do for the wager today for Louisiana Tech? Do we go front 9 their first half, or what do you want to do?
Well, I like that, because I'm going right after this.
Right. Wait, what, you out of U Club?
Yeah, let's go front 9.
Front 9? What? So let's go. You see, now I can't give you as much slack because this, of course, you've seen before. So
yeah, let's go. My front 9
against their first half.
Yeah, against their first half score.
Yeah, 34.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
You should birdie 1.
That's a good line.
You should birdie 5. And there you're good.
These birdies, I don't know where we're just grabbing these birdies out of. But, yeah, I'll follow up on this one. But yeah, I like that.
I want a front 9 check-in. Just shoot the scorecard.
That'll make me compete against myself.
Exactly. Yeah. And we compete against Tech.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, then it depends on what you score. Then you have to go in the locker room like girls.
Exactly. Play some defense.
And also to follow up, New Orleans, where are you going to play?
Well, I'm not gonna be able to play tomorrow. We've got a later game, so we've got shoot around in the morning. Weird schedule. That's why I'm getting it in today. So,
okay.
Family's flying in for the game tomorrow, so I'll be able to see them. Finally, it'll be their first game they've been able to see in person this year, so
no pressure
for that. No pressure. Sorry, Mom and Dad. They got that football schedule yesterday, and I told Mom and Dad they may just go ahead and need to book 2 weeks in Baton Rouge next fall, because you got November 7th Bama for Mom, and then we open that week, and then Texas that following week in November 14th. Yep. So it might be time to just get a condo down here.
Yeah, and then Thanksgiving comes up right after that.
Right, exactly. And then you won't see them. Then we're on the road for the last 2, Tennessee and Arkansas. But we'll talk football at another time. It's women's basketball time now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do want to wrap up with I can't play it because they are very stringent on the national anthem for YouTube. But how cool was that moment for the women, like the team, to take over whatever? There was nobody singing, and then you have, I think it speaks to the camaraderie and the chemistry that y'all have on the women's side, where it's, nope, okay, we know the words, and then they all kind of like one person starts it, they all kind of belt it out together, and you can see how much fun they're having doing it, and how much that resonates with kind of as a coach to see that chemistry play out in real time.
It was special. It was one of the cooler moments I've been a part of, whether it was a player or a coach. We walked out of the court, warmed up, and then we lined up across the free throw line when the clock hit 0, and they said, and now playing the national anthem, and it was quiet. It seemed like it was like 5 minutes. It had to be shorter than that. And I was standing by Coach G and Flage, and I kind of hear Flage, and then you hear our other girls start to hum it, and then there's a guy that just belts it out, and all of our girls started, I would say all of them, most of our girls started singing the national anthem, and it's one of those moments before games, and one of my favorite is the coach from the Eagles when Chris Stapleton was singing it at the Super Bowl. Just those 2 minutes before the game, it shows that there's more to this world than basketball, and more to our life than basketball. For that little bit of time before the game, when you get to look at that flag and think about the people that fight for our freedom on a daily basis and do things that are unimaginable to the normal human being. And the fact that we get to go play a 40-minute basketball game where you've got people overseas fighting for our freedom and trying to survive on a daily basis, I think having a level of understanding and knowing that our kids understand that or have some idea about how important it is to look at that flag, and whether you're from this country or you're not from this country, the freedoms that we have and the things that we're allowed to do and able to do because of those people fighting for our freedom, it's very important. And it was special to see, something very cool to be a part of. And I'm proud of our girls, and I'm glad that they stepped up because it's more than basketball. It shows that there's still hope in this world for good, and knowing that our kids have some level of understanding is very cool to see.
100%, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time this morning, you making some time for us, and best of luck on the course today and the court tomorrow.
Oh,
Thank you.
that.
I appreciate it. Course today, court tomorrow, and then I'll see y'all next week. Got some fun stuff to talk about. For the end of the week, we're doing a pretty cool deal with Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital that I would love to talk about next week. The details are pretty much set in stone, but let's follow up on that Monday. It's that time of year, season of giving, and I think this one's going to be a cool one. I'll give a little hint before I sign off. It's a partnership with Nike and Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. So we're excited about it. Our girls are excited about it, and you'll probably start to see stuff flow out on social media tomorrow and this weekend, and I'll be able to talk about it next week. But just wanted to hint at that because it's something we're real excited about for next week.
Oh, the hospital's going to update to Nike Elite socks, the grippies.
Not quite, but yeah, it's gonna be a cool deal. So,
but hey, it's up to you. Open
the game on Tuesday.
Oh, watch it. Oh God, dude! Whenever I worked at sports administration for Northwestern State, I was violently hungover and had no clue it was the kids' game. Like whenever the schools come in, talk about reevaluate. Time to grow up, because that was 2 hours of God. What was the song that the Les Miles did the dance to? You know what I'm talking about when they were all in the field? Yeah. That was everywhere. So it was another viral moment. They did not stop, and I was like, I'll never be a parent, but I will keep drinking.
If you're free at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, feel free to come to the game. But if not, maybe just stream it without the volume on TV. I've met with marketing this week, and I saw some of the playlists, and I'm just like, oh my
God.
gosh.
Well, I'm just saying.
We've got over 9,000 planning to be in that arena. Bright and early, I think McDonald's is a big sponsor. They're doing like McDonald's breakfast for the kids. So
is it going to come from the rafters?
What'd you say?
Are they going to come from the rafters? You know how they drop it like the
glizzy drop?
They parachute them in.
Yeah, the McGriddle drop. So,
I'm just saying for your sake, don't drink on Monday night. Just be there clear-headed.
Yeah, clear-headed Tuesday, and then we got one more next week, and then a little bit of a break, one more after that, and then conference play.
There we go.
Let's do it. Well, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Go low.
There he is.
He's
LSU
the best.
Women's basketball assistant coach. He is the best.
Yeah.
Knows ball, knows golf.
He's good.
He's going to crush the course today and the court tomorrow.
That's
We
right.
appreciate him making some time for us. Don't forget, every single day, we're brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. Our guy, Pierce Patterson, over there at CAS. His number is 225-910-0619. It's not just another roof. It's our reputation at CAS Roofing and Advising. Give him a call today. If you've got grit in your driveway from your roof, you've got a missing shingle, you've got a leak in the house that could be caused by the roof, or if your home is just 10 years old or older, he'll come out there when you call 225-910-0619. He'll hop up on the roof, no charge, check it out for you, let you know what help you need, if you need a repair, if you need a replacement, or if you're in good shape. And if you need a replacement, he'll walk you through the process, let you pick your shingle color from the Atlas Pinnacle Pristine, as Lloyd is showing you right now.
Bad request.
Over there at CAS, 225-910-0619. We'll take a quick break here, set up hour number 2 right after this.
What does CAS stand for?
Customer always satisfied.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
I like that.
Do you?
That's what they called me in high school, Mr. CAS.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
I'm Tom Granning with Go Martin, Wardo's Po' Boys in Natchez, Mississippi. On behalf of the Granning family, we invite you to run, stroll, or walk in the 4th annual Wardo's Rudolph Roll. Held on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, this holiday event gives a 10K, 5K, and 1 mile kids run. The Rudolph Run supports the Ward Granning Memorial Scholarship, which has awarded over $20,000 to local high school seniors since 2020. Along with the race, enjoy live music, drinks, and of course, po' boys. For more information, check out Wardo's Facebook page. Hope to see y'all there.
Like, you learn about tradition, you learn about pride, passion, and I think all of that kind of helped me just really understand that, I mean, this place is like no other place in the whole world. Sure. And I've played in big games, right? Like, I've been to every stadium, I've seen it all, but I could never quite capture that LSU experience, like, right? And I thought I had a great career, I thought I made a lot of plays, but it wasn't nearly to the effect of what it felt like doing it for LSU. Like, you learn about tradition.
I love Tyrann Mathieu, man.
I
love him.
I could listen to that man read a phone book, and I would get fired up.
Yeah, I'd run through a wall.
God.
I love him.
One day.
Yeah.
I really do
one
think
day we'll get him to read a phone book.
He's angling.
Oh,
and I love the angle he's playing.
He wants to be on staff. He will be. It's not going to take
It's not if, it's when.
It's not going to take too long. I mean, just like it didn't take too long for Kev to end up on staff. One day you're like, I mean, Kevin Falk's going to want to be on staff one day.
It's not if he wants to. It's
he belongs there.
Yes, and then if he says, "Hey, do you think?" Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And so now this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like it. You have if he wants to coach,
do it. You give it, and he wants to coach. So we're getting. And I don't think Brian Kelly would have done it because got to make room for my other son, but I think Lane probably gets it. And then to have him and Corey Raymond, yeah,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Let Tyrann Mathieu walk into New Orleans.
Yeah,
recruit your son.
The connections there. I mean, it would be unbelievable.
Because he's transcended like time and space.
Oh my God, a high school kid and Tyrann Mathieu's coming to recruit you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. You want to talk to me?
Right.
Yeah. It's not. They're coming to my crib. It's like.
No, I mean, think about it. It's the guys that are older than him view him like that. The guy, like, I mean, you were in college at the same time. The guys that were at the same age as him.
I got a fake credit card to buy him drinks.
You know what I mean? I was 12 years old watching it, so that's how it is for me. And then
when you say stuff
like my kids are gonna be the same. Gonna be the same way.
The same way that like you know who Kevin Falk is because your dad was like, sit down, watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're like, I love him. Yeah. I get it.
My kids are gonna know LesMiles.net. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Is that still?
You think the website's still up? I know you can still watch the videos, but I would assume LesMiles.net is not still a.
Oh, it's a VIP room in Dubai.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Oh no!
We got bought out.
Who bought LesMiles.net?
Oh God! I thought he was like camming from Dubai now.
No, don't put it on the screen.
He's like 10 tokens. I'll do whatever you want.
Oh my gosh. LesMiles.net, here it is.
End of an era.
LesMiles.net.
This is not what it's supposed to be.
This is not word.
See what's going on in the
No.
He just walks in nude from the side. Turns out it's a live stream.
What if
we're going to get hacked from this?
Please be patient, sir.
Let's not do that.
That's not Les.
That's not Les Miles.
Seems like fun, though.
Is that
the
Ronaldinho?
famous club?
That is Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Wait, keeps clicking through this.
I don't want to be.
This is the famous club. What other celebrities
are these real
here?
Pictures?
What happened?
Wait, who's that?
Who's rapping?
We know him. That's a famous person.
Is that Flo Rida?
That's Luigi Mangione, right?
No.
Oh gosh,
he's not out on bail
Next
yet.
picture? No, can't see anymore.
Oh, man.
I wonder who this is. You can see the chain.
What is Dubai? What a bizarre place.
It is interesting. I do want to get back to the conversation that Jonathan was about to get us rolling on talking about the schedule. I want you to make your point again.
How did this happen?
Oh, it's hard for me to make the same point twice because frequently I'm
you don't remember what you said.
I'm improvising it. But no, I think it's okay. All right, yeah. So I'm back. I think
We all think.
it's a cool schedule. Mm-hmm. I think it's really exciting. This being the first season of a new regime, we're going to have a rebuild offensive line. We're going to have God knows whom at quarterback, or we're going to be a half dozen new pieces we're going to be on defense. I think we can just kind of go in and enjoy this season however it comes. Expectations aren't going to be crazy high. We got some good teams on the schedule.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first year of a 2-year building block process. So, let's just fucking enjoy it. Let's have a nice time.
I love that mindset, and that's the question.
I'm not going to stick with it.
The title for this today's show is: Are CFP expectations realistic for LSU in 2026?
No.
Because I do think that the timelines have been shortened due to the transfer portal and NIL. And I looked at Mike Elko and A&M as the example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last season, kind of, they weren't anything too real. They got some good wins. They had some bad losses. They didn't make the playoff, but you could see the build. And then now they're a playoff team. So I've looked at it as it's a 2-year process, right? You kind of get some things under your belt in year 1. You roll with the punches. You figure something out from a roster standpoint. And then in year 2, you've got a recruiting class. The freshmen you retained are now juniors. Like I've always looked at Lamar Brown, Rich Anderson will be sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Pickett and maybe Harlan Berry will be juniors. And then you'll have another freshman class and you'll have 2 portal classes behind you. Like I've looked at it as a 2-year thing, right? And then you retain Blake Baker, and that just completely changed my view. Like that to me, it was already an accelerated timeline because you've seen it and the transfer portal and the way that's changed. But now with the retention of a whole staff on one side of the ball, I felt like with Blake Baker staying on and that staff staying on, shout out to @CrazyCheeseWhiz, $2 super chat, free my Lloyd.
Oh yeah,
There
2
you go.
claps
2
ready.
claps ready. But
They're trying to make me go to the hospital or the doctor.
He needs
One of
to.
them.
You have to call your insurance person today, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have health insurance, so.
But I feel like that's
Rub some
shortened
dirt
the
on it.
timeline even more. Where since you've been able to retain that whole side of the ball, so you have continuity over there. It'll keep you potentially will retain the key pieces you want to keep. He knows who his defense is and the pieces that they'll need. It puts you ahead of the curveball a little bit to where then really with
Ahead
Kiffin,
of the curveball.
ahead of the curve is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You hit on
What's the
on a
movie?
quarterback.
I'm sorry, but yeah, but what's the name of that movie?
I have no
It's a
idea.
lot of fucking movies,
Ahead
man.
of the Curve? What is it? Don't Swing at the Curveball? That the baseball movie with the girl.
With the girl.
Uh-huh. It's terrible. They'll know in the chat.
They-
All
yeah,
right,
somebody-
continue.
somebody
Sorry.
will.
What on earth are you
I'm
talking
on
about?
drugs. I got no filter today. Trying to be patient.
I know it.
Sorry. Thank you for being patient with me.
So yeah, and so I do think, and I think this schedule being released will straighten out the expectations a little bit because I do think they got really high. Like when Baker announced he was coming back, and you've got Kiffin here, so you've been able to kind of mesh those 2 beautiful things together, a Kiffin offense and a Baker defense. The expectations shot up. But I think then when you sit and you look at this schedule, it brings you back down to earth a little bit. Because it's a tough schedule. I mean, you play Clemson, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Texas, Tennessee, and you also have 3 other SEC games along with that. I mean, you're playing 10 Power 4 games next season.
Yeah,
Like it's brutal.
It's brutal,
right? And so you look at this schedule and it brings you back down to earth a little bit, but then you can really dive in, right? You've got Clemson week 1, a team that you beat last season. Clemson's quarterback is going to be question mark, right? You don't know who it's going to be yet with Cade Klubnik leaving to go to the draft, right? And they obviously have not been a transfer portal heavy program. Where are they at with Dabo? What's the situation there, right? They're in limbo. Then you have Tech. Then you have Ole Miss, which is going to be
So emotional.
maybe the biggest game of the season in general until you get to the postseason, right? Like it's going to be emotional. It's going to be polarizing. It's going to be a massive game, right?
There are also so many unknowns.
Right. There are so many unknowns with that game. You are two programs that are being rebuilt, right, that have new head coaches that are changing things, right?
Who are we taking from them?
There's going to be so much that shifts, so it's going to be a crazy game. Then you have A&M coming back here. LSU's going to want revenge, especially the guys that were on this team this past season. But A&M is going to be in the third year of the Elko era, right, after a playoff berth. Marcel Reed will be a true junior, right? That's going to be a good football team. You know, that they're good on the defensive side of the ball with Elko. They have been, and they're going to have a quarterback that'll be in his third year in that system.
And they're 2 years ahead of the rebuild, basically.
And they're ahead of the timeline, right? And then you have McNeese. Then you go to Kentucky. And look, I don't know what Kentucky's going to have, but I would be hard-pressed to think they're not going to be improved in certain aspects from the Stoops era, right? They made that change. It felt like they were kind of stale. They were complacent with where they were. They go get a young guy who's going to get an opportunity to coach where he's from, that whole thing, right? Then you have Mississippi State, Levy, Lane, that dynamic. Then you go to Auburn, always a difficult place to play in Jordan-Hare. I mean, even the last time LSU played there was 2022, and you won by the skin of your teeth with the SEC West champion team, right? You made the SEC championship that year, and you barely beat Auburn in that game, and they had a backup quarterback in Robbie Ashford playing, right? It's a hard place to play. Then you get a bye, and then you have maybe the toughest stretch of football.
Maybe ever.
I mean, where you're going Alabama, Texas back-to-back, then you're going to Neyland, and then you have back-to-back road games to Neyland, to Fayetteville. Like, that last 4-game stretch in November is such a tough stretch of football. It's a blessing you've got Bama and Texas back-to-back in Death Valley. But, man, going from those two games.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most silver lining. So,
right.
You know, it's
right.
like.
You're coming off the bye week to those two games, to 2 road games against Tennessee and Arkansas, right? Like, that is quite the stretch of football right there. So.
And the gravity of the 2 road games that usually would be just normal road games, like going to Ole Miss and going to Tennessee, those have drastically changed.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotten, I would imagine that's a pro, right?
They're playing fuck you games. You know?
Right. Like, wouldn't you think that like, the juice is going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, because, and this is the thing, I think back to that Tennessee game when Lane went back there for the first time with Ole Miss. That is what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
That is what a Lane Kiffin coach team, that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be polarizing. He wants the theatrics around it. That's who he is. He's tweeting, right? Like that's who he is. And so if that's going to be the energy, it plays right into his hand, right? And I don't know if the entire fan base is going to be in on the theatrics of it all, but that's who he is, and I don't see that being a downfall for LSU, that it's going to be that emotional and that, because even the game at Ole Miss, it's not going to be emotional on LSU's front. Like, I mean, LSU's going to want to go into Oxford and win. They're going to want to defend their coach, but Ole Miss is going to be the emotion. They're going to be throwing the mustard bottles and the golf balls and I mean, just think about that for a second. This was a decade after he left them. A decade, right? I mean, and the emotion that they're feeling after that, it had been 10 years.
He's such a...
You know what I mean? He's going back to Oxford after not even 365 days.
And what he's done with Ole Miss is so much different than what he did at Tennessee.
And he spent one season in Tennessee.
Like, he
spent 6 in Oxford.
The man has a talent to evoke an emotional response from people. Like, I think you can see that, like, in the national narrative around him.
It's because he's polarized.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him. He has so many. It's like the Seinfeld episode where Elaine goes out with this guy who keeps getting stabbed, and she's like, "Why?" It's because he's a bad breaker-upper. So he like says these horrible things to these women, and so they'll see him in public, and they like pour hot coffee on his face, or they stab him with a fork or whatever. And then when they inevitably break up, he says some cruel things to her, and she ends up getting obsessed and wanting to hurt him. Right. That's who Lane Kiffin is.
100%.
He's the worst breaker-upper of all time.
Yes,
and
he is.
So I mean, I think
you want to get your lick back somehow.
Yeah, and I think that we as a program, we as fans. Right, I think that this year is why I'm like leaning into the let's not like let's not jump too far into the expectations, because we have to learn a new mentality, because we're in our dirtbag era now. You know what I mean?
Right.
We are the black hats all of a sudden.
Yes.
Like that's gonna be different for us. Everyone's gonna hate us at every place we go.
No, you're the villains.
We're the villains. Like social media, everybody's gonna be just talking shit about us. Every loss is going to be ha 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 fuck you, Every win is going to be blah blah blah. It's just going to be a totally different vibe around everything. So with so many things changing, and us not really having any idea as to, we'll have a clear idea in January, right? But who the fuck is what?
Right, yeah. I mean, because that's the thing, like looking at the schedule now, I can't give you what I think's going to happen, because I've got no idea who's going to be on these teams, right? I don't even know who's going to be on LSU's team. But what I can tell you is those first 4 games and those last 4 games are massive. Now, obviously you have that 4-game window in the middle: McNeese, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Auburn.
Well, Kentucky's now important,
right? That's what I'm saying. But like that first 4-game stretch,
a bad team anymore,
where you play Clemson, Ole Miss, and A&M all in the month of September. Like that is a huge month of football. And then November is I can't tell you the last time I saw a stretch that tough. And I know like this is just on paper, this isn't anything.
No, it's just the names.
But just
the brands.
The brands and the expectations around 3 of those 4. Right? Tennessee thinks they're a CFP program, they made it in 24, right? And then Texas and Alabama think they are the best program in the country. So you have 3 teams that you're going to face in that final month of the season that think they are not like that. They're playoff contenders. They have the same expectations as you. And in November, that's when you play for that, right? That first 4-game stretch, you're kind of figuring out who you are. This is going to be a new team. All of those things. You have a massive game against Clemson in your home opener. You've got an extremely emotional, like I said, the biggest game of the year against Ole Miss. And then you've got a huge game against A&M back at home. That is,
it's going to be so fun.
Are the CFP expectations realistic for LSU in 2026?
I mean, no, I don't think.
It's so tough to say it right now because you don't know who's going to be on the roster. You don't know if Kalen DeBoer is going to be at Alabama. You don't know if Sarkisian is going to be at. You don't know what's going to happen between now and then. Maybe the New York Giants hired Dabo Swinney to be their head coach.
Wow.
You don't know what's going to happen, right?
Not that.
Probably not. But I'm just saying, like, so much can happen between now and when we actually start talking about this schedule again later on down the line.
Right. I mean, even like the end of January, right? Like, let's say Underwood and then the top 2 defensive players, whatever, like these. Then we'll start talking ourselves into anything.
Of course.
So it's.
If LSU gets Underwood, the expectations are going. You're going to be the most polarized. You're going to be the most polarizing program in the country if you're not already.
And it's not to say like to lower the expectations to the point where it's like, okay, it's okay if we don't finish ranked again.
That would be bad.
That's bullshit. Like that's not what we're not doing. We're not doing that anymore.
The expectations are you're going to have a bunch of hard fought games. You were 7-5 this year. Improved by 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Realistic right now,
and fuck a couple program seasons.
That can all change, and like the window of January 2nd to January 16th. What we'll do after that is we'll sit back down right here, pull this schedule back up, and look at it again, because then you'll have at least some idea of what teams are going to be structured like. Who's going to be the quarterback in Clemson? Who's going to be the quarterback at Ole Miss? Who's going to be the quarterback at LSU? But I will say where the expectations were when you were thinking about it when Blake Baker was retained and the fact that, oh, this is going to be like the timeline's been kind of shortened,
fast-forwarded.
right? Yeah, you've sped it up, and that's still the truth. Like the expectations are still higher in 26 than they would have been had you not retained Blake Baker.
Right, you still have a defense that's only going to be giving up 12 or 50 points a game.
But it's still tough to, I equate it more with Mike Elko than I do with Kurt Cignetti, right? Because what you're seeing in Indiana is that timeline, like I said, it's been shortened. When you get a job, you need to be able to accelerate and make something happen. Cignetti made the CFP year 1, undefeated Big Ten champ, number 1 seed year 2, right? That very easily could be the timeline. I associate it more with Elko because that's in the SEC. It's a lot more difficult to make the CFP out of the Southeastern Conference than it is in the Big Ten. That's just the truth. You're playing a 10-game schedule where your easy games are going to be against Kentucky and Mississippi State, who are still good programs, right? Instead of I'm not playing, name a Big Ten school that sucks, right?
Minnesota.
Yeah, like I'm not going to play Rutgers, Minnesota, and Purdue, like that. It's different, right? And so I don't look at Cignetti and say that's what Lane's got to do. It's got to be CFP year 1, number 1 seed year 2. Now I'm not saying it's not possible, right? Because what Lane's taking over in Baton Rouge is a whole lot better than what Sig got in Indiana, right? A whole lot, but that was the worst program in the history of the sport. Lane's taking over something a whole lot better. But this schedule is brutal. And that's what it's going to be year in, year out when you play a 9-game SEC schedule. Is you're going to play, think about who's not on this schedule out of this conference. Vanderbilt, Georgia. You're going to play A&M, Ole Miss, and Arkansas every year. Florida's not on here, right? That'll all be next year.
What if you sent the schedule to a Notre Dame fan?
They would have a heart attack. They would
opt out. They're not doing that.
Pass on that.
Oh, that's really hard.
Then Marcus Freeman would take the
Giants
job. Somebody asked me yesterday about that, and I said, if it wasn't for that MOU, that Memorandum of Understanding with the NCAA, he probably takes it. I was like, but now that they're going to get in every year with 10 wins, why not stay at Notre Dame and coast your way through? But
I love that Michigan is like, there's got to be at least one fan that's like, go get Marcus Freeman. It's like, he went to Ohio State. You think he's going to go coach Michigan? Like, well, stick it to his alma mater.
He's going to leave the cushiest, easiest place to succeed in the country, arguably.
Literally is on third base.
Yeah, no, literally.
Just have to walk home. But I do wonder, because I love that the other conferences around the country and all they're kind of banding together against it, and they're boycotting Notre Dame's boycott.
Yes.
Which is the most American thing of all time. But it's like, oh, you're not going to go? We're not going to let you even get to go. Because I do hope they stick to it, because you could almost, there's a world in which you could tank Notre Dame. You'll be on TV every Saturday. You already are.
But who are you playing?
Right. And if they say no to you, we don't need, we're good.
No, I mean, if I'm Texas A&M and I'm Miami,
I'm not helping you.
Now, the only thing that they do have the whatever with the ACC where, they still play these ACC teams because they're tangentially tied to it in the other sports.
Yeah, if the ACC starts saying, we don't have to do this. If you're going to be a little prick.
Because you can find, yeah.
You go take your ball and go home. No, and then you're going to take shots at the ACC? Okay, sure. That doesn't sit well with the conference commissioner of who the fuck do you think you are? You're not even in the conference.
Right.
So what all these other conferences should do is they should have their own memorandum. Because I'm thinking what we do is we just start writing a bunch of memorandums.
Well, they don't matter anyway.
I know, but let's just write as many
executive
as we
orders,
can.
Yeah.
Because I think we're getting close to a record at this point. Because I had never heard of this ever in my life watching
It's the hot new thing. It's like Bitcoin.
Until now. It's
NFTs.
Everybody's got an MOU, I tell you what.
MOU. It's the best.
Memorandum. I understand.
I write the best memorandums.
But on the schedule, real quickly, I do want to ask you. We did the comparison to, there's the, you've seen this kind of story play out before with a new head coach, transfer portal era. I heard Cignetti as kind of like the example for Lane Kiffin at LSU. I equate it more with Elko and the way that went, where with Cignetti you went one loss, get in the playoff year one at Indiana, and then you are the number 1 seed, undefeated year
What
two.
Cignetti's done is
That's,
Right.
I don't think that that's Nick Saban at Alabama.
And so then Elko,
remarkable.
it was they were 9-3, 8-4 last year. Rocky, whatever. Year 2, second year quarterback, that whole deal. Playoff berth, 1 loss. That's where I look at it. I'm like, it's more of a 2-year thing than it is a 1 year.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's what I put on the poll. What are
That's
your
why-
expectations for LSU in 2026 national championship, CFP berth, bowl
Right.
eligible? 75% of the poll already is at CFP berth.
I think getting into CFP would be
If you get to the college football
huge
playoff,
win.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't have really that high of expectation. I understand what you have, but it's not like these are 1-year rentals with Blake Baker and Lane Kiffin. Like, allow them to cook. Like, you have to let them get the lay of the land. Nobody comes in really in their first year at a program and goes national championship.
Especially not with that fucking schedule.
Right. That's the other part of it. Is
You don't have an
you
established
didn't get
quarterback.
the, yeah,
you don't have an established offensive
and that's why you
line.
want to, you want to be able to look at it. But the two things you do know you have, and I think that's why the expectations are already high. You have an offense and you have a defense. No matter who you have on the field, you have schematically a way to now score points, and you've seen what Blake Baker's been able
Right.
to do to stop teams from scoring points. So I think that's why the expectations are where they are, without even like seeing it. It's just I know that these are both good coaches at what they do respectively.
And it's-
we'll go ahead.
That's what I think the healthy thing to do
But no, 100%.
is just let it wash over
I don't
you,
think
baby.
anyone will ever push back that it is the healthy thing to do.
We're not
LSU
healthy here.
fans-
Well,
don't
I
choose that.
understand that.
Right?
And like I said,
we're going to eat 8 rolls with our jambalaya and our gumbo at the tailgate and then knock that back with about 12, 14, maybe 15.
Y'all want some chips
Yeah.
and queso first?
Chips and queso
do as
right
I say,
after.
not as I do. As
Right,
I'm,
of
I'm
course.
whiskey drunk for every game, but
You're right.
But then, my
second
other thing
quarter
is
and having a panic attack.
looking at this schedule
Where's whiskey?
and then, who that leaves off for
Make a
2027. Like, 2027 you would face Georgia, you would face Florida, Vanderbilt.
It's never. I mean, this is
Missouri,
just,
right?
this is the new normal.
But
Is that
which,
what they say?
But I'm going to ask you right now, and I know we're playing big
Picture.
future picture thing. What schedule is easier? Next year's 2026, the one we just watched, or the one I'm about to read you now?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Against in 2027, you play at Florida, at Georgia, at South Carolina, at Texas A&M, home versus Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt.
Next year's objectively. I mean, 2027 is much easier. You have
I agree.
Who's our non-conference?
UTSA.
And Houston.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that gets changed because you're going to start.
Well,
and you
I-
also add another. There's one more non-conference game, but you're going to start getting rid of the Power 4 non-con games.
This one they
because-
won't be able to
I
get
think
rid
it's
of.
absolutely
Right.
It's the
but-
Texas kickoff on Labor Day
27.
weekend. If you run from that, you're a coward.
I agree.
Houston
Versus-
might not want to play it.
And Houston's
We're
also
about to find out. Little
December
teaser.
27th,
Little
for it.
taste.
Come on. But yeah, so
But
I think 2027 is objectively
Yeah, and that's
easier.
the one. If you could put a future in on LSU football 2027 national
Do it right
championship,
now.
I would do it now.
Right.
But
Still a fucking hard schedule.
it's not. You
It-
have.
It's never going to be easy.
No, it's not an easy. It's an SEC schedule.
I would
You're
rather,
playing
but I would
9
rather
SEC
play
teams.
Missouri. I'd rather play Oklahoma. I'd rather play Florida. I'd rather play South Carolina. I'd rather play Vanderbilt than.
Well, let's see. This is what you're doing. So essentially, you're trading off Alabama for Georgia,
Yeah.
Texas for Florida,
Okay, that's so 1-1,
Tennessee for Missouri,
2-1,
Kentucky for Oklahoma,
2-2.
Mississippi State for South Carolina,
That's a wash.
Auburn for Vanderbilt.
2-3.
But like you're still gonna play tough teams, right? You're still gonna play a Georgia, a Florida, a Missouri, and Oklahoma. There's still gonna be good programs. Like it's just that's not gonna change. It's the SEC.
But it's not.
But it is that one is, and it also comes down to how it gets scheduled.
Right. Schedule.
Because I think that's also what makes this one look even
more daunting.
More daunting is because like I don't want to beat a dead horse too much, but that November month.
Well, it's just so funny because
that is
like
unbelievable.
The fact that he's going on the lane, it has to go to Ole Miss and to Tennessee. I think is like the funniest thing that they could have done.
That's hilarious.
And like you said, nobody really.
But that was set before Lane.
Oh no, that's what I know. Like what? Like
what
you kind of have to go to LSU.
Right.
Like
this would be awesome.
This is great for the show.
Yeah.
And so that's just. I'm sure he'd do that too. Whatever he's like, who do they play? What's the schedule? Like, oh, yeah, I'll take the job.
I'm sure he laughed at it.
But
I mean, he's coached at 3 places on the schedule.
He went 7-6. Yeah, Alabama. Yeah. I'm sure they'll have some sort of feelings too, because like, oh, if we fired DeBoer, like we'll go get Lane. It's like, I don't think that.
I don't even think they don't want Lane.
I don't think your AD wants Lane.
If they wanted Lane, they would have.
But they go. They're in the mindset of we can get whoever we want. We'll get. Lane will leave LSU. I don't know.
That's the question I was asked yesterday, and I really started to think about it. And this
how
is
many questions do you get asked?
A lot.
By whom?
Who's just like coming to you?
Who's like around?
Just like seeking
around.
wisdom all day.
I have family members that call. I have friends that ask, and then where it really happens
is when you open up your spaces.
No, it's when I go to the Central High School and I run into old football coaches and principal and basketball coaches and just people like, and then parents come into the game. They see me and they're like, LSU guy. So like I walked into the
make me a bicycle clown.
The hospitality room.
Do you ever have a conversation with emotional depth with anyone? Or is
yeah, this is an emotional.
Yes,
this
football.
Yeah, this is what I care about.
This is all that I am.
I was just kidding.
But somebody asked me like, so who does Alabama go get or they said something about Michigan. I was like, I think they want DeBoer. I was like, they're like, well then who does Alabama get? Lane? I was like, they don't want Lane. They're like, okay, if it's not Lane, then who? I was like,
Sarkisian.
It's like, I mean, they're gonna call Lanning again. He said no last time. If I'm Lanning, I don't leave. They're gonna call Signetti, right? Mm-hmm. That is going to be a pretty penny if you're gonna go get Sig from Indiana. I would assume he just got a contract extension
10
for
years,
$12 million.
Yeah, 10 years over $100 million, right? Yeah.
But they're gonna go at Signetti hard. That would be, to me, if it were, that would be the splash. Would be to go grab Sig and bring him back. Bring him to Alabama.
How?
Sig's for Sig.
Go. Saban.
Yeah, no.
But that's that. I
no,
guarantee
that's their brain.
That's their brain.
If it goes down now, that he's got to save us.
I mean, he still has an office up there.
Right.
He's here all the time.
Clark Lee would get a phone call.
Yeah, it's the run of the gambit.
You go through the gambit again.
Like Sean McVay.
Sarkisian would get a phone call.
Of
course.
Bill Belichick. What if Saban talks to Bill and he really commits? I mean, he can't do it in North Carolina. You got to give him a brand.
Both Harbaugh brothers together. Co-head coaches.
And what I will
Mike
say,
Tomlin.
What I will say,
I don't think he wants to go to
as
Alabama.
DC.
Because people ask me about the DeBoer thing. They're like, no way DeBoer leaves. I'm like, Google right now who Kalen DeBoer's agent is. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, it's Jimmy Sexton. I was like, the fact that his name has now come up around the Penn State job and got hot, and the Michigan job now, and he's like plus 160 to be the coach. That doesn't mean anything, but still, those things don't happen on accident, right?
No, not with that.
Remember
man.
for that in the chat. These DeBoer is leaving call ads coming from inside the house. If you ask me,
100%, I agree.
That's how Sexton operates. Like these things are not accidents that it's getting out. It's like, you know what? Let's see. Because look, it is objectively easier in the Big Ten than it is in the SEC. And I'm not saying Alabama's a bad job. It is a tough spot to be in.
It's the hardest job
place
maybe in the country in this weird, perverse kind of way. Like you have everything you could ever want at, like all the resources, all the support, but it also has the most insane expectations.
And it's just it's tough.
That will never get any easier
to follow. Right? It's tough to follow up.
Who
and
wants
you're
to
in
be
the SEC? And
who wants to be on Baywatch after Pam Anderson left?
Just like every single thing you do is criticized.
Well, and what made you great, right? Nick Saban, the way he operated, the sport has changed from that, right? And so I'm not saying Alabama's a bad job because it's not a bad job. I mean, you still, like, DeBoer's still been able to put together incredible recruiting classes, right?
Yeah.
So recruits at a high level.
If you're an adult, you go there and get 10
But
wins.
man, it's
you
a
know.
tough space to be.
Well, it's just you'll never be dad.
No. And like
And
and so if I'm Alabama, there's one man I call. There's only been one man to ever follow up Nick Saban. And you got to call Les Miles. I mean, I tell you what, he followed Nick.
Let them see
He
how
got
it
the
fucking
fan
feels.
base back in. You know, he wins a national championship in 07, gets him back to another.
I mean, the
That's the move.
the resume
Hunter Hall,
is
get ready.
Give
the
him
resume
next
is
talent.
sterling.
I mean, it tell me that's not a layup. Like, who's a man that could step in and handle following up the greatest coach of all
Be
time?
so tone deaf and dumb, he doesn't even realize what y'all are talking about. Like, I'm just so ignorant to the fact that y'all are upset.
Right, you guys are mad at me?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
let me eat the grass.
I'm gonna eat some grass.
Yeah, I mean, he really did, but
I'm livestock.
he is.
I'm a cow man.
I don't know where he is, but
I just and
Dubai.
like,
take away the Kentucky. Hey, it's LesMiles.net. Bring it back.
There you
That's
go.
going to cost a pretty penny to
It
get
is.
that
Yeah,
back.
those guys have some cash, I think.
yeah.
But then, I was also asked the question, okay, if you're Lane, you're sitting there, you have both of those hats on the table. Which job is the better job?
Look, this could be coming from a place of maybe ignorance and it's not even hate, but objectively, LSU, if you wrote it out and you look at Alabama pre-Nick Saban and you look at LSU pre-Nick Saban, LSU still had some success. Obviously, Alabama had Bear Bryant, but what was Alabama? Like, I remember looking at the schedule when I was a wee lad, and Alabama was like, maybe we'll go. And then
They had a good team every few years,
yeah, it's
and
kind of not really.
not really.
And so, like, that, what he's built, I don't know how sustainable it is without him around it, because that was not the easiest house or mansion to build where it is. It took very concise construct planning. Like, one architect could do that, and you
Right.
had him.
If he's the greatest architect ever.
And now I don't know how it continues to be run, how long the castle can stand without the king there, because the people are becoming uneasy, and they're looking for the thing that they had that will never come back, and it's not going to be there again. And at some point, you come back down to earth and go, it wasn't Alabama, it was Nick Saban.
And with them, like,
that's what Ole Miss is dealing with right now. You're watching it happen in real
right.
time,
It's
Yeah.
where
unfolding
they've
in
made a
front of your eyes.
mistake, and it's like, nuh-uh, we're Ole Miss. It's like, are you though?
great becomes the enemy of good. It's that kind of thing where it's like, y'all have a coach that can win you 10 games, he gets you to the playoff, he brings in great recruiting classes. Like,
Pigs get
why
fat,
wouldn't y'all be very nice to this man? Like,
hogs get slaughtered.
And
Nick
so
Saban, a Bear Bryant happens once every other generation.
Right, and so I think it's a very intriguing conversation because I agree. Like, I think when you look at it objectively, LSU is a better job, and I also think the discussion around LSU has changed so much because
You got with the Thomas, baby.
where's this money coming from, right? Like, it's and so it's just like, time out. LSU doesn't have the money to play with Texas, right? They can't battle with A&M. They're not on that level. That's what I've been told for years. And then all of a sudden, when you need 53 to get that guy gone, there it is. You need to hire this guy for $13 a year, sign the check. That assistant needs $9 million. Here you go. You need 30 for your roster. I'll throw that on top. This assistant gets 3 years, 7.5.
Oh, y'all are
Take
going to
that
poach him? He
too.
gets another $1.5 million.
And so the narrative around the job has changed, right?
Nationally, I don't think it's changed around LSU. I think people still think that LSU doesn't have it. Like, they're slowly coming to that.
What are you looking at? Because all I keep seeing is
I don't think they think it's sustainable for Louisiana to keep doing
Right.
this, but
And
it's been.
we'll
Now,
find out.
We're 20 years into it now.
Yeah.
Whether it was 10 years of Brian Kelly, you have to take that on, mark that in the till. And then you
Right.
have now, 7-9 years of Lane Kiffin. Like, those are already on the books. And so, yeah, it's 20 years of LSU spending money on LSU football, and you just signed one of the more lucrative deals with Nike, and you have athletes signed as Nike athletes.
Right.
Not LSU as a Nike school. Individuals.
No, so I did the radio show yesterday,
Ah,
and they asked me
That's where you
about,
get all these questions.
Well, I do get a handful from there.
I
They
hope
asked me
so.
about the Nike NIL deal. They're like, what does that mean? I was like, it's just further establishing that LSU is
The premier Nike school aside from Oregon.
and is a part of 2026. Like they're with the times. It is
Right.
not old guard, right? It's not Clemson, right? You look at Clemson, they're still riding the bus around the stadium to slap the rock.
You're not
You know
doing
what I
everything
mean? There's-
3 years after
They're
everybody
taking in
else.
4 transfers.
Right.
You know, they're not spending money. And so LSU has just shown that they're willing to cut checks this offseason, right? And now they've got 2 athletes from basically every sport on campus signed with a Nike deal, right? Trades Green and DJ Pickett. Guess what? Nike athletes.
Not the transfer portal.
Derek Curiel and Kason Evans. Boom. Nike athletes, right?
National fucking brands now.
Like Zakiah Johnson, you've been here for not even a year. You're a Nike athlete. Like it's just LSU is legit in the new
Gymnastics.
era. Right.
And
Softball. LSU is legit in the new era of college sports.
They talked about it on McAfee because they were talking about like what's kind of going on in college football with the ever changing landscape and the private equity deals, and they were like, how do you fund this before or when does it become unsustainable? Like it, especially at like the everything school LSU, because you look down, it's like gymnastics, baseball, women's basketball, football. Like that's a lot to pay for if you want to be good at everything. And it's
Right.
but it's nice to be known as that, like, oh, the everything school, because it is inherently true.
No,
Well,
it's a
and it's
legitimate
because
conversation.
we've managed to stay ahead of the curve in the last 5
We were
years.
behind it.
No, the last 5 years, though, we've...
Right.
I would say the last 2.
Okay, you know what I mean. Okay,
Yeah.
within the last 5.
We played catch up very well.
But it went from playing catch-up to...
No,
beating
now
people to the punch
the
now,
narrative
man.
around you has changed.
Like-
You're not that anymore. Where you were in, what was it?
2019, good old boy, look at that.
Well, I would even say like in 2022, you hit the portal hard, right? Because you had to. But going into 23, you just weren't like the conversation in that recruiting class of 2022 when you lost to Jacoby Matthews and you thought you were going to miss on a Harold Perkins. It was like, and A&M's bringing in that class. Like we'll never be able to compete with that.
That was the
conversation.
sentiment.
We will never be able to play that game.
Got to recruit.
And now, has it changed? You've got the sport has changed. The way people spend the money. Like A&M was just throwing the money over there, and we're gonna swing at every prospect. They had a whole. You look at their first page on 24/7 Sports from that 2022 recruiting class. The whole first page is 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, it's unbelievable. But it's LSU is a part of this new era, and that's why the conversation has shifted. And I'm not saying Alabama isn't, but there's a 50-50 chance a kid that grows up in Alabama is not an Alabama fan. There's a 100% chance a kid that grows up in Louisiana is an LSU fan.
But also, though, I mean, if you are a little girl who is an elite gymnast, if you're an elite basketball player, if you're a track athlete, if you're whatever, you're looking at LSU at this point because we've managed to market these athletes so well.
Right.
And all these different things that are not considered. A&M was throwing all that football money around. But we almost did something smarter in a way that was building up the entire athletic program. It's not just
Right. Well,
all the
you
cash
just-
in the world or whatever.
You just got because LSU was ready for NIL from the brand deal perspective. They put Livy in Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
They were ready for that aspect of it.
The stars.
They weren't prepared for pay to play. They were ready for the brand.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't ready for pay to play. And now people have started to shift from strictly pay to play. Like that still happens one day. That's still the point of it in a sense. but the brand deals have become more like the exposure that comes with it, all of those things. And LSU has been on the forefront of it, right? Jaden Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier both were Gatorade. Flaugier was Gatorade.
The Amazon docu-series about
right, the whole thing.
LSU's NIL marketing.
And now they've been able to stay the most prevalent brand in the country and
pay to play.
Also grow the money and the knowledge on how to pay to play.
God, yeah, it was not a far cry. Was it 2 years ago? When LSU needed to go to the defensive line portal, I was like, I'm not paying him $1 million. And the next year, it's like, I'll put up $1 million of my own money because I am fucked.
This is how it works.
But also, you would be naive, and we kind of touched on this yesterday, but you would be naive to think that this is just people throwing money at this with no expectation of ROI. You know what I mean?
That's not how it works.
It comes back to them in one way or another, not directly at this point, but in a bunch of ways that are not as quantifiable as it is in other sports businesses. But I mean, you're not going to have a problem finding guys to give you $50 million to blah, 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 if it ends up benefiting them in a roundabout way, which is what is happening. These guys, you're not giving this money out of the goodness of your heart.
Well,
and so, what?
There's also a world in which
it's part of it is
I'd say
I like winning and I want my school to do well.
Governor is maybe not the smartest when he opened his mouth, but he may be doing something very inherently smart to benefit himself, which is tying yourself to LSU athletics. LSU, he's put his stamp on LSU, whether you like it or not, and that comes with the benefit of these people that give money. Well, I know you do here's a tax break here, a tax break there.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't give money. Maybe I have to look that bill over again. Like, this is what T-Bob was saying the other day, and I was like, this is very probably.
It is.
This is Louisiana.com.
No, when Lane Kiffin got hired, Jeff Landry got reelected.
Right.
That's how it works. That's the situation.
That's what he did it for.
If they would have swung and missed on Kiffin and ended up, and I'm not going to put any specific names, but that they don't make that happen because
you don't get the one guy.
Governor ran his mouth. He's not done. Getting elected again, right? Like, that's just how it works. And I'm not saying that I'm not parading for re-election or whatever. I'm just saying that's how tied football is to the government. That if you get the coaching hire right and you start winning football games, and that brings more money into the state, and that all of those things.
He'll be on the podium during the trophy.
It's the Huey Long playbook.
Yeah,
it's how it works. It's how this state works.
It's the reason the highways don't go straight north and south, right? Because if you did him a favor, he would move the highway in a curve to go through your fucking town.
It's how it works.
That's how we play the game here, and it's
interesting.
It's interesting. It's nothing new, but
but you're
just
seeing
a little more
it
public
once
now.
Again on a very public
and this
scale.
And this is the benefit. And I guess I got a cost benefit analysis of this thing.
It's a dangerous game.
Well, you only have one university, and that's why when you go back to LSU, Alabama, you still have to contend with Auburn. Georgia's right there. LSU, Mississippi is right there. Arkansas.
You just took your coach.
Right, and then you have to go pretty far to get to Austin.
Right.
So if you look around, you're the governor of the state of Louisiana. What's the most important thing, it feels like, that you can actually maybe manipulate? That's LSU.
No, I mean, think about it. For enrollment in schools goes up when LSU wins a national championship, right? The class that I was a part of my freshman year was the freshman class after 2019. And it was in the middle of COVID, and the enrollment was still massive.
I hate when you say things like
that. because you were on a national scale. Joe Burrow was cool. I want to go to LSU.
Yeah.
They Get the Gat was awesome. I'm going to LSU to go for college.
They're still doing Get the Gat.
Like that. It's just how it works. People go think about this home football game slate, right? Think about the money that's going to go into local restaurants when you have a Texas game, an Alabama game, a Clemson game, and an A&M game all in the same season, right?
Think about you're just running an Airbnb,
right? Just think about all of these things that bring the state money.
We joked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's oil and gas, and then it's LSU football, and that's kind of
that's it.
Hunting.
The tourism in New Orleans, those are kind of the three things.
But now, Saints suck. Pelicans suck.
No, it's you. It is you.
Me?
You.
Why?
It's you.
What?
You're the draw. Saints suck, Pelicans suck. It's Lloyd Courtney now.
It's right. It's LSU.
It's LSU.
Like, it really
LSU
is.
It's LSU.
Because when you look back at New Orleans when it was thriving, it was after a
The
time when
Saints
it
were good at football.
but it should have been destitute. It's after a hurricane.
But you're good at football.
But
It's crazy. No, it's unbelievable, and people can't wrap their heads
people were
around it
still going.
sometimes.
There was not a city to go to.
Right? Like,
I'll be there Sunday.
people will ask me,
We
because they're
rebuilt
like, this
one
country's so
street,
wrong.
basically.
that-
Literally called rebuild,
But no, it's
rebirth.
what do you need? You know, it was like, well, what did the United States need after the Great Depression to get out of it? Well, you needed to go to war, right? Because when you go to war, you get
You needed a common effort.
you need something to get everybody together, and it brings
You
money.
needed shit to make.
It gets you back straightened out, right? When Louisiana has something wrong going on, what do you need? You need a winning football season. When that happens,
Boom. Flowers.
you're good, right? It's unbelievable. It sounds
People think
made
their
up.
lives are better,
It's
even
not.
if they demonstrably aren't.
Yeah, but you walk around happier.
Oh,
That's a real thing.
It dictates how you feel.
Yes. It is
And
crazy,
that-
and I know people struggle to wrap their mind around it, but
That's what makes us us.
that's what makes LSU LSU. Like, it is literally.
That's a sentence that should not make any sense.
No, it shouldn't. People should be. What are you talking about? You're an idiot.
It's one day a week.
I used to try to explain it when I was in Boston to people, you know,
They'll never understand.
and
it.
you know, like they're passionate about their sports, you know, but it's not the end all be all.
And I do
It
feel bad for
largely is
politicians
here.
that actually push for like good things and
What?
But then they do this number, and then I'm like, hey, you lost everybody. When they go, but look, we're spending all this money on a head coach, we can't. You lost everybody. Sorry about it. Like when my
like,
my
hey,
mom was complaining
you're not wrong, but-
about something for school with Max. They didn't have enough counselors or something. When they were scheduling classes for
Oh,
my younger
I'm
brother, it was
sure.
a problem.
Yeah.
And my aunt goes, well, maybe if they weren't, because she has a son, Max. Maybe if they weren't so worried about hiring a head football coach and they could just focus on actually preparing for the students. I said, no. Screw the students. I don't care.
Yeah.
Hire my football coach.
This isn't MIT.
I don't
The
care if
rest will
Max
follow.
schedules his classes.
Just go to whatever class you want.
whatever. Hire Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
Guess what? They did it, and now all of a sudden, Max has all his classes scheduled. It still works. It's fine.
Figured it out.
You're
Oh,
okay.
boy.
It's all good.
We are not psychologically
It's
healthy.
all good.
people.
Classes are scheduled. He's gonna.
But I can be if
It's gonna be
LSU
the
wins.
largest freshman class probably ever next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you win, it'll be even bigger. And then you win, it gets bigger. And you win, it gets bigger. And then guess what? When you have more people paying tuition, that means the school gets remodeled, and that means maybe
library
the
can-
library will get done, right? When you get enrollment up.
It just ain't
Because
first
guess
on the
what?
list. That's all.
It's
You
just
gotta wait a little bit.
If you want the money to get spent on the library, the money's got to get spent on football first. So then you win, and then we can give you a little bit of kickback to remodel. That
It's the
library.
dorms. It's the Tiger
You
Stadium
don't go
dorm
to the you
story.
don't go to the library.
You know?
anyways.
Yeah, he forced you to go to football games,
Right.
Right.
which is awesome. I
It's like,
wish
give
they would
me
re-
money for a stadium.
I wish
no.
they would redo that.
Okay, give me money for
I've thought
dorms.
about it my entire life, walking through the stadium and looking in them. Like, why can't we still do that?
like make it a
No, I would live there
Me too. I would do it now.
now.
You don't have to redo
we'll share
it. Yeah. Dude, could you imagine
What a
waking up
sitcom.
Saturday
What a
morning?
sitcom.
We did it. We would just shout out to Southern Regional Medical Center. We just show the hair. We were in the entire stadium all the time. It's just that.
Give me that day old popcorn, a hot dilly.
What? You're telling me I got a hot dog
No,
every meal?
every day?
I got a hot dog every
Tired
meal?
dog?
Come
Hot
on,
dogs
man.
don't
For me,
get old.
breakfast, lunch, dinner, 7 of them.
Hot dog lasts pretty much forever.
Hot dog down the hall?
Hot dog. You know, hot dog here.
Hot
Lloyd
dog,
comes
buddy.
in the room and throws a hot dog at you.
No, they put it down the PVC pipe.
The shoes.
Just wrap it in tinfoil real tight.
You're knocking on the window. You guys want a dog?
Slide it under the table.
Shing.
Yeah, perfect.
8 hot dogs right there for you.
But that really would be like if in a. I mean, I'm sure. Hey, Jeff.
Brian
here's
Burgess.
a free one for you. If you redo those, and like it doesn't have to be as expensive as a suite or the
Right, right.
stadium club, but like a rentable
Yeah.
for
Little
Saturday.
Airbnb little thing.
Yeah, Airbnb like Friday, Saturday, leave
Coach.
Sunday. That is a moneymaker, as they say.
Brian Burgess, sorry, but I don't let what happens with LSU sports affect my life, and for sure doesn't send me into depression.
Whatever.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you're.
I wish I was healthy.
Yeah,
I know. I wish I could live that way.
What did they say? You're always an addict. Mm-hmm. You're here.
Let's connect athletically. Sends me into depression. It does. It can.
Makes me sadder than usual, even. Just saying something.
Are you going to connect athletically? What are you thinking about?
I'm going to cry.
What it does to me?
Oh, what it does to you? It does a lot of things to you.
Like what?
You have some high highs and some low lows.
I don't have the lows, I don't think.
You do have some lows.
Yeah, maybe.
You do. It's
You get
okay.
You get angry. I get just
I
kind
get
of
angry.
like I get like
I used to get really angry.
I see. I've never gotten like mad. Sean gets mad too. I get
angry.
I threw furniture off my balcony.
When the issues are so
Morgan Wallen.
When the problems are so
Uptown, yeah.
simple, right? When it's like, oh, it was right there. Why didn't you just do it right? It's like, what do we do with
That see, I get maybe that's what it. Yeah, you're right. That's what I get mad about the decision making. I don't get mad about the I'm not mad at the teams.
Right. No.
I'm mad about how we the Brian Kelly. Yes, I was upset.
Like Nussmeier's sack, right, against Alabama, where he did the little pivot move.
That makes you upset.
Oh, that pissed me off. It made me so angry.
See, I don't get mad at that stuff. I get like
you should, because that should.
No, I get mad at how did we end up here?
Right, of course, I get it.
I get so right now I'm over the moon because Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Because it's something that I would have done given the opportunity. Brian Kelly, I was looking at it with one eye closed going, I don't think. And then that made me sour. And I was like, I expect nothing from this man.
Right.
And then it became, I was like, well,
it raises
let it get to where it got against A&M.
It raises the floor is what it does.
Right. But it's the decision making to get to a good football season.
Right.
Is what
that's what
insane. Judges where I go. Because when it's played on Saturday, it's played on Saturday. And then I guess before that it was recruiting. How'd you miss on that? Oh, he should have gone to that was a bad era of my life. Like, oh, he was hat on the table.
Fucking Joe McKnight.
Rest in peace. He was never coming to LSU. They got Reggie Bush in his ear.
Just remember how it felt.
Oh, that wasn't even one for me. I just never expected him to come here. There's a long list. Like Adoree Jackson just made a play on Monday Night Football.
A blooper, a Texas leaguer, a dribbler,
A dart, a duck snort.
What's a duck snort?
I don't think it's a duck snort.
It is. What did you say?
And a dribbler?
Am I
A
missing?
duck snort?
Mhm.
I've never heard that before.
Play ball.
Holy shit.
Duck snort. That's outstanding.
Wild. Okay.
You play enough baseball. You're hear some things that you
I played baseball my whole life.
Darts, pop a shot,
shuffleboard,
and
pool.
You have the box score, the replay, the highlights.
Story.
Yeah.
These are all puppy dogs, working dog, sporting dog, terrier dog, toy dog.
Bang, bang. Yep. Come on.
Duck snort.
What does that mean? Is it like a little?
It's like a Texas leaguer.
Okay.
But duck snort can be a hit. Texas leaguer usually not. A can of corn. Yeah. Like a little. That's duck snort.
Sounds like.
Sean hit some duck snorts.
Did he?
Found green grass. You'll take a duck snort any day of the week. Christian Eckstein. Duck snort.
Hey, just get on base.
Get on base. That's all that matters. They don't track how you got to first. They just say they just draw that line. Look at that. 2 for 4. How'd you get there? Don't matter.
Yeah, Jonah Hill and Moneyball.
Mm-hmm. Steve Madden.
That's a different movie.
Show me this disgusting face.
Come on.
Let me see that.
Come on, upset me. Upset me.
Make me angry.
Oh, that's Joey Tribbiani.
It is.
Matt LeBlanc.
It is. It's Matt LeBlanc, and it's the. We've had this guy many times.
Owen Wilson.
No, what's the?
Looks like Robert Redford.
He's in the Civil War movie.
That's not Clemens again, is it?
I think it is. Is it not? That looks like his hair, does it not? Does it not look like Clemens' hair?
It could be. I don't think it's quite red enough.
I think that's his hair.
I feel like that's a lot of Clemens they'd be throwing at us. That's like the
This
third
is the
time.
He does have a lot of different looks, though. Like, he's been fat. He's had a shaved head.
I mean, because it's not
I need to remember his name at this point. Stop calling him the guy from Civil War.
And tell him again.
Bang.
Clemens, baby.
See, I don't. He is in that.
Maybe his like PR.
That's the most
his-
recent
his-
thing I've seen him in.
His publicist is probably
Or somebody, whoever makes
Call
this,
him
a
the-
massive Jesse Plemons fan.
Yeah.
who wouldn't be. He's a great actor.
Or it's
Since
a bit where they're like
2018,
Plemons again.
Right.
This player has caught over 10 touchdowns, ran for more than 10 touchdowns, and thrown for more than 10 touchdowns.
Is it
sounds like
Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill. It's got to be, right?
Who else would it be?
There's nobody else.
Nice.
Along with being part of a run to the World Series, reliever Todd Jones
Hmm.
reported over 200 saves for this American League team across 2 stints from 1997 to 2000 and 2006 to 2008.
I don't know.
Todd Jones.
What a baseball reliever name.
And going into the game now, Todd Jones to relieve starting pitcher Jesse Tribeca. I don't know how I came up
Johnny
with that.
Tribbiani.
Yeah.
Todd Jones with an ERA of 4.56 has
Rick Honeyhands.
1 win on the year with 3 losses, but
Gave up 4 hits
in his last
last time
tonight,
out against the Giants.
back-to-back days for Todd Jones, who seems to have a rubber arm. Because what else would he be doing?
Fun fact: his wife is dead.
Oh. Todd Jones wanted for murder.
And
But here he is pitching.
And here comes the FBI onto the field. Todd Jones apparently has been in hiding until now, getting on the mound here for the Detroit Tigers.
What a way to be more nondescript than to pitch for the Tigers in October.
Having already qualified this country beginning with you.
Uganda.
Will be a first-time World Cup participant.
Uzbekistan.
2026. Uzbekistan.
Ooze.
Uganda did not make the.
Retail shopping.
Galaxy.
Samsung.
Sammy sung.
Sammy sung a song.
Sing song.
I got a Samsung tablet. It's a fine product.
It is
It
generally
does. It
believed
can't
that
shut-
Chef
Except that fucking noise. Yeah.
Yeah. Chef Peng Chang Kwa General Tso's chicken to United every open restaurant in this state. Oh, in the state.
19.
I'm pretty sure it's California. I think I saw a movie about this.
Are you sure it's not North Dakota?
I'm not sure about anything ever.
I was actually thinking it was Wyoming. I
Yeah.
would think Chef Peng Chang.
Oh, Chef
Wai
Peng
would go to
Chang.
Wy-
He's got some General
He's
Tso's.
got the General Tso's in Wyoming.
Could be like Nevada.
New
Could
York
be like
City.
a Vegas thing.
In New York, right?
Or New York. That makes sense too. I don't know.
Shout out.
There we go.
After beginning her career as a model, this woman had a major role as the redhead
Oh, with the big
Joan
tits.
Holloway on Mad Men and lead role on
Christina
NBC's drama
Hendricks.
Good
That's
Girls.
right.
She. I
Has
don't,
a-
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Channing Tatum plays
She's a
policeman
bridezilla.
Oh,
who tries to save his daughter, played by Joey King, and the president, played by Jamie Foxx, in this 2013 political thriller. Is this
head of no Head
White
of-
House Down?
Yes.
No,
it's
don't
not
those
London
have-
Has Fallen.
This
This one is White House
Those
Down.
all have Gerard Butler, right?
No, that was
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Fallen, London Has Fallen.
Okay, so this is
Gerard
the
Butler.
same
This one's
idea,
White House Down,
but-
right? Yeah, this is White House Down. Yeah.
Not good.
Great
Should have
movie.
been good.
No, it was a good movie. I liked it. I also watched it as a 12-year-old. So maybe
Right.
Yeah.
maybe, by the way,
See,
I watched it again now.
When was Chris Rock the president?
What?
Head of state?
Oh yeah, that was a movie.
Fubba? Fubu.
Keep my wife's name out your
Your ma-
mouth.
Have you seen Head of State? You'd like it.
Okay.
Have you seen Life?
Life's a good movie.
Have to.
Have to.
Head of State is fine.
Head of State is just one of those
It's okay.
2000 comedies where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, interesting.
But Life was pretty. Life was like good.
Cyndi Lauper.
What?
Time after time.
How would you know that?
Yeah, it is Cyndi Lauper. Those are like huge hits. What do you mean? That's
You
How
know
do you spell
Cyndi
it?
Lauper, dude?
Cyndi
Lauper.
Lauper. I'm Cyndi Lauper.
You don't know Cyndi Lauper? Why would I not know that? You're disrespecting my music taste of the 1980s. I just know one. I know 2 songs. I knew Time After Time and Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Girls just wanna have
you go.
fun.
That's
I
pretty
know the
good.
song. I just didn't
Yeah.
know who did it.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
Didn't she also...
Oh, you and Mark Wahlberg should get together and have babies.
It's not a Boston accent. You fool. You fool.
Got Noah.
It's a New York accent.
Because I don't understand where it came from. Oh, you and Mark Wahlberg.
He's from Boston. Boston.
He is.
Also,
he is.
your accent doesn't come from your parentage.
What? Yeah, it does. Everybody
It comes
knows
from where
that.
You're raised.
No, what? I don't think you know anything about accents, brother.
I don't think you do.
No, Mark Wahlberg. Kiss the baby.
I appreciate everybody hanging out with us here this
You're
morning.
telling me Arnold
telling
Schwarzenegger talks like that because his parents talk like that? Because that's what I'm saying. It's not because he's from...
It's not because he's from Austria and then learned English a little later in life? That's
from
exactly.
his parents.
He didn't learn English from his parents more than
I think both of you are correct.
Thank
because
you.
I think that, one, you sound like where you're from, obviously where you live. But two, the people you talk to the most are your parents, which is why you sound like them.
But I mean, like, if you're
And
two
so it is
American parents and you have a baby that you raise in England, it's going to have an English accent.
Right. But it's not going to be fully English. I think the best test case I've ever heard is if you listen to Brad Wing speak. That man is from Australia.
Lived in Australia.
Lived in Australia. And sounds like Boosie.
Right. And that's because
you know what I mean? So,
right.
like, one, and so I think both of you are correct. I do tend to agree with you more, but I do think Lloyd does make a great point that you do sound like the people you talk to the most.
Like
My little baby niece says, Peter Rabbit. Like a British person, because she's obsessed with that movie.
Yeah.
So she says the two words, Peter and Rabbit, like a little British girl.
Yeah.
And nothing else in that way.
Yeah, like Kirk Cousins' kid they want him to have a British accent, so they make him watch British shit.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of kids like say words like Australian-y because they watch Bluey or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just sound.
Kids are dumb.
I sound exactly like my father.
I'll never have a child, but
You sound like your mom.
I've
I
heard that
realized when I was
before.
watching the cooking show, I was
You
like,
do kind of, yeah.
Lloyd.
Why? What is that?
I don't know. We'll watch in here and we'll dive.
I listen to her talk all the time.
Your
That's
accent's
plenty good on
You
that.
sound like
your
your
accent's
mom.
not as strong.
Yeah,
Our
but you
mom's
sound like
accents
your mom. My
are
mom
insane.
also said it to me the other day. She was like, I could tell that was Lloyd's mom because she sounds like him.
Yeah, like the intonations are similar.
Yeah. But
I
it's
guess
just
that's a compliment.
Yeah, people
your
like
mom's good, yeah.
people like your mom.
She's not a very good reader.
Neither are you.
She's a good speaker.
She is. She's fun.
She's charming. She's charming.
I don't sound like Roe.
Huh?
I don't sound like Roe.
Not yet. He's been around. He's getting
Yeah,
around
he's
enough.
getting around. 2 Christmases.
Appreciate
right,
everybody
everybody.
hanging out with us here.
That was
on
Linguistics
this,
Corner.
Friday morning. What a good week.
Linguini
We'll be
Corner.
back Monday morning, 7
Hot
to
dog.
9 a.m. Do not forget, tomorrow, AJ Sports Cards has the Baton Rouge Card Fest.
The biggest
right
day of
there
the year.
at Burbank. What's it called? Elite Football Academy on Burbank.
And you're not gonna be around
is
tomorrow?
where it's at. Do what?
You're not around tomorrow?
I won't be able to be there tomorrow, no. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when it'll be there, and it'll be featuring Leonard Fournette, Harlan Berry, Ethan Fry, Daniel Dickinson. $5 admission, kids 12 and under, free. 5414 Burbank Drive. A great setup they have. We went to the last one. Make sure you go check it out. If you and the kids are looking for something to do, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., they can meet some LSU legends, and they can get in free if they're under 12 years old. They also have sports cards, Pokemon cards, a kids trading era, and plenty of memorabilia. And it'll also be a nice blast from the past if you go and you check out some of the things they have. A lot of people have been collecting this merchandise for a long, long time. And I'll be like, I forgot that guy even played there. And that card's $12. I'll buy it. That's a really cool painting that guy did of my favorite player from whenever I'm going to purchase
that sick-ass Michaela painting,
We
right?
do have
We got it.
a pretty cool
And-
Michaela Williams and Stephen Milam painting.
You're running out of time for Hanukkah, Christmas,
Your Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa.
Christmas.
Bang!
Boom.
Baton
You
Rouge
can
Card
knock
Fest.
this
so
thing out
true.
right now.
This is the best time.
And I also
We'll
heard
wrap
that
up the shopping for the sports lover in your life.
Leonard Fournette and Harlan Berry are going to race.
Ooh, who wins? Ethan Fry wins that race.
On bicycles.
I would love to see Leonard and Ethan Fry do the Oklahoma drill.
Ooh. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Lenny's putting him on his back.
No
offense,
doubt,
defense,
but either Frod's he's a hoss.
He's tall. Yeah.
And he
but
played
Lenny-
football. Played
Yeah,
quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's Leonard Fournette.
there's not many people I
People-
would choose. I would love like my dream
Reuben
of
Foster.
dreams. Lenny. Devin
wasn't
White,
looking.
Lenny Devin White, Oklahoma drill straight. Just go do it. Be like, oh my god.
I don't know if I like him too much. I don't want to see them doing
Right,
too
it's
much.
like
Yeah.
putting both of
Like,
them in a car crash.
Coach, when you're just talking about like
Because they're both going to go 100.
shot out of a cannon.
That's the two great picks.
I mean, like, who else would you put up there? Great picks.
I'm trying to think
Darius Geis, LaRon Landry.
I was just about to say that.
That would be
Because
awesome.
I was thinking Brandon Jacobs and LaRon. I was like, that's the only time he's ever gotten got.
Right.
And I wanted to see. I was thinking who else runs hard but isn't a
Yeah.
physical like.
No, I mean when you
One
had
percenter.
that backfield with Geis and Fournette, with two guys that were that physically gifted and ran that hard, it was like for opposing defense to be like, oh my gosh,
It's not. This is for 4 quarters like this. Like no
But
break.
he's just bang, bang, bang,
And
bang,
you
bang.
have a band that fundamentally doesn't know what else to do but run the football.
Right.
And it's like, so we're going to 55 times we have to do this.
right,
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, you're in
Yeah.
hell. That's why Ole Miss was soft as shit.
Yeah.
Like, you ran for 265 yards. Like, this has to end.
like 13. Carries.
Auburn was like, we quit as well.
We're done.
It was a good time. But please, I mean, we can throw it more than
Yeah,
12
let's throw it
times.
some.
And
We
An
appreciate
OnlyFans creator named Mia Sorty has come forward claiming that fired Michigan head coach Sharon Moore slid into her DMs with flirty messages.
This is the worst part about all this is it's just gonna. I mean,
I mean-
snowball is gonna roll.
Yeah, this dude's so fucked.
I would imagine he hasn't had time to get on his Instagram and unfollow people. I bet that is a dirty little pervert list.
Yeah, if you want to do a little digging, there's probably some
Yeah.
fun to be had there. Anyway, sorry.
We appreciate you guys. We'll be
Truffle
back Monday
cakes
morning
You
around 9 a.m.
What, Michigan University class of 2032. Like, oh, get a. Oh.
Dude.
I was just seeing who my daughter was going to go to school with.
Gage said the charges are dropping today.
The Chargers?
The charges.
They're
mean
getting
like-
dropped today?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He's going to coach the bowl game?
Gage, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think you. In any other context, that would make sense, but.
He said, "Oh, the charges are dropping today."
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
here's what-
getting those. We're gonna find out those charges.
Free my
here's what
boy.
he says.
Free my
I
boy,
don't.
charges
I don't
dropping
think
today.
they're gonna drop the charges on this guy.
Are the charges dropping or are the charges like
Dropped.
dropping? You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm putting down? Central High School versus U High tonight, 7 p.m.
Who you rooting
Go Cubs.
I'll be on the Central High School bench coaching it. Yeah,
for? Yeah, so you probably want them to win.
Are y'all the Dragons?
the Wildcats
Oh. The Central Dragons.
playing University High School semifinals of the Kinsley
I
tournament.
saw a clip of you shooting the rock.
Did you?
Yeah, good form.
When?
He said you had a slow release.
Oh, yeah.
Went in there, it was smooth.
No, I appreciate that. Smooth as butter. Still got it.
I'd imagine. I'm terrible
What are
at
we?
basketball.
What are we still doing on here? This
One
is
thing. That's one thing that'll never leave. You know what I mean? Like
It's like
I'll
throwing a
lose
football.
I'll lose my speed. Maybe I can't dribble it as well, but
Still stroke it.
No. Yep. That's the one thing I'll never lose.
see you guys on
All right. Stroke it, stroke.